So you wanna learn about beer? Stay tuned and never fear. They're the guys for the case, 'cause they'll tell you about what they taste. We got Mudhole, B&Q, we loves Star Wars and grilling too. And Knops guy loves baseball and board games, he's played them all. There's no place I'd rather spend the money nice than here, having a few chuckles and damn good beer. Now it's time for Two Beerded Guys.
Wrong one. There it is. I'm pretty sure those moved.
I went over and stood next to him, and they were just like, I was just shooting the shit with them, and she just kept refilling my glass with all the different meads. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, like, I got it.
Like, Lens doesn't drink, beer,
Yeah.
so she just sits there the entire time and just kind of throws it back, chit-chats nonstop.
And they just kind of
And it's like, hey, I gotta take her now. She's my ride.
What is up, guys? I'm TBG_Ops Guy. Our guest today,
It's Barton Lewis with Indiana on Tap.
and behind the camera, the one, the only.
Off screen Matt.
We do have a
Substitute John.
substitute John that's on his way. He got stuck in traffic. I'm lying. He literally forgot after we talked about it, so he's
It's the
on his
most
way.
believable thing in Indianapolis, being stuck in traffic.
I know, and I was going to
Excuse
play
is
it. And
phenomenal.
I was going to make him look good and say it was that, but nah, he just forgot, so he's on his way. He's running late.
Jared did it out himself. He even commented, "Oops."
No, but it's going to be great. You know him. It's Jared Shaw. He's been on the show a couple times. He's filled in for me before. He's been a last-minute guest. He's been a scheduled guest. He knows the show well. It'll be fun to have. So, we do have 6 beverages lined up. Matt, you first. What is your anticipated beer?
I heard one of them is a stout with, what was it, banana and
Chocolate banana,
chocolates?
yeah.
Yeah, that might not go good, but I'm looking forward to trying it.
What about you?
I think anything that is the brainchild of Cody and Brandon is going to be something special. And the bottle of Rocky Road, that's got to be it for me, man.
Yeah, that would have been. But for me, anything that says the word Parish at the top of the can automatically reaches towards the top for me. So their extra sauce lemonade shandy is going to be my...
Extra sauce is a great name.
I know.
that is awesome.
So it's going to be my anticipated... I have found that Parish Brewing is one of those breweries that I haven't really been upset by much they've made. So
Where
down in Louisiana.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That's fancy.
Yeah, we try to be fancy. We try. We fail most days.
Yeah,
But we try.
fair.
We
E
just
for effort kind of thing.
For any of you that happen to be at Loggers in Lawrence this weekend, comment, let us know if there was any breweries that you really particularly liked, any beer you particularly liked.
And thank you for coming to my event, even though I wasn't there.
If you happen to stop by our booth, let us know what you thought of our shirts. We did really, really well in merch sales. It was a lot of fun. It was cool. It was our first event having more than like a t-shirt and a beer device. We had our beer device. We had
4 shirts.
beard oils, 4 shirts. We were set up real well. It was a great time. We got a pour for Field Brewing, which we're having one of their beers today. It was a really fun event. I love ending with Loggers in Lawrence every year. I didn't get to walk around and try as many things this time because we were doing double duty. But
Was the meathead wiener dog guy there?
I
You know what I'm talking about.
know who you're talking about. I didn't see him.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean he wasn't there. We had our backs to the races, so I didn't catch on.
All right.
But
There was-
normally he finds us.
He's exactly.
And so...
it proves to you more and more how meatheady he is.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
Okay.
There was so many wieners though. There was like
There was a ton of wieners.
Oh, man, yeah.
5 heats of wieners.
Yeah, it was an absurd amount of
I think that's the ticket selling point. I think people go just to throw down a couple beers and watch wiener dog races.
It might be. It might be.
Why not?
Justin tried to get my crippled self to do the Stein holding competition.
Oh, man. You chose not to?
Yeah, no.
You crippled. You just got to hold, right?
I'm not allowed to hold anything with my right arm.
Oh. Well,
I
then
can't
use your
even
left.
lift my right arm that high right now.
Use your left.
Yeah, no, I don't need to embarrass myself. But so what I did is instead, and Tim Dabson and I were
You
talking
wear a
about.
midriff every now and then.
Yeah, there's difference. I'm supposed to be able to hold a Stein. Hey, I'm supposed to be able to hold a Stein.
That's fair.
No, so
He's supposed to be able to show off his midriff.
well, I just do that anyway.
America.
So I,
America.
what I did is I told Tim, I'm gonna do a montage. I go, as soon as I'm cleared, I'm gonna start recording small pieces of like training every once in a while, and I go, I'm gonna come out and win the 2024 Bloggers in Lawrence Stein holding.
Goals are important.
And he started laughing. He goes, please tell me you're going to tag Indiana Untap in every one of those videos. I'm like, oh, absolutely.
If
we're going to have like Rocky music in
if
the
you have some
background.
Indiana
Yeah, push it
Untap,
to the limit
like,
every time.
Sweatbands and hooded sweatshirts, then let us know.
Oh, yeah.
So how we
Just
can help your training needs.
make sure I soak them while like,
Absolutely.
even if I don't actually work that hard to get them that sweaty, like wet it down to make it look like I'm just dying.
Oh yeah, just get a mister. Just mist. Absolutely.
Now you're just giving away all the secrets, man. He's gonna look at you really busting ass.
Oh, don't worry. I will, because I'm winning in 2024. The first year I did it, I had a torn shoulder, but I hadn't done anything about it. My only goal that year was not to finish last, and I didn't. I was the third to last. My shoulder was shaking the whole time, but I made it. I just wasn't going to be last. The last year I wasn't there, but more than like an hour, and the Stein holding competition didn't even happen
It
yet.
seems like it gets longer every year.
And then this year,
I wish I could say
You
that.
fucking weird people. Like, what are you doing? Like how can you, when did you realize you can do this for 10 minutes with a beer in your hand? Like, what are you doing?
Well, yeah. So
Training.
Last year injured. Plus, I wasn't at the event very long. They hadn't started it yet, so I missed it. Obviously, I just had surgery this year, so I've decided 2024 is the comeback
That's a good year.
That's the Tyler Danner comeback year, and I'm gonna Steinhold and win.
I am Team Danner.
I'm gonna end up with just this one arm that I work out a lot. It's just gonna be like beefy, and this one's gonna be like this.
Man, or do I enter it against you?
That's fine. Kick your ass too.
Woo!
Dominate.
A 40-year-old shoulders got you, boy.
All right. So again, this is Barton Lewis. He is from Indiana Untap and one of the co-owners.
I'm with Indiana on Tap. I'm from Thorntown.
Yeah, same difference.
Yeah, that's a cool thing.
And one of the owners of the Du Bois
Dramatically
County
different.
Bombers' newest team in the Prospect League.
One of two new teams. We
Yeah, I'm
took
not
one
counting
with
the
us,
other
but hey, it's a big thing for people that follow college summer ball. The Prospect League is no joke. It's kind of like getting called up to the show from where we were at. And honestly, it's Justin who does the killer amounts of the efforts on the phones, the frustrating stuff. I just get to make things look pretty and hang out with ball players, which is pretty awesome.
It fits you. Yeah.
But now we have two other Indiana teams we can play against, which is always a good thing. Looking forward to having a lot of guys back. Recruiting's been going well. We were able to get some players from, I'm not going to say the completely defunct, but I don't think the OVO will be around much longer, if at all. But that's not our problem. We tried to make it better, didn't work, so now we're moving on to the Prospect League. And again, guys, it's big time. Danner being in baseball, coaching young kids, he gets it. And I wish it would have happened 2 years from now, so I knew what I was doing more. But I just gonna start over not doing what I was doing, which I already didn't know what I was doing last year. So I'm just doing that on a different level. But if you get a chance,
Solid plan though.
I love the way he described that.
Yeah, that was like perfect.
But if you get a
How many times have
chance,
you practiced that? Because that came
come
out way
down
too
to the
fluid.
boys. Oh man, like I never know what I'm doing. So like
Over to the corner.
it's an easy thing. If you get a chance, come down to Du Bois County. A hands down great experience watching baseball in the sunshine, down in the dirty south. Actually, Lindsay and I'll let you guys know right now, 99.98% chance we will move down there permanently.
Yeah,
in
that's what
May.
Lindsay told me at Hops, and I was happy for you, but also like, I like you being just down the road from here.
It has everything you need except one thing the
Me.
South doesn't have, and that's traffic. If something's 10
That's
minutes
fair.
away, it takes 10 minutes to get there.
We'll hop into a little more of like your first season with the team later, and we're going to talk about Indiana on Tap as well later, because it's been another successful year of events. So want to make sure that we kind of hit on that.
Yeah, for sure.
First we have here is our Oceanic Southern Hemisphere Pilsner from Elder Pine Brewing and Blending. It is a 5.2% Pilsner. Elder Pine is typically one that when they come with their light beers like this, I really enjoy. And they always have gorgeous
Yeah, I was
can.
gonna say that can doesn't look bad. I'm gonna look at it before we put it in the thing.
While Barton's oogling your can, Tyler, Jules Xavier says, "Let's go."
What up?
And one Brett Pittsford says, "What's up, guys? Now I have finally met that guy."
You did meet my brother at Hops and Coaster Drops. That is true.
Yeah, did he pay me? Was I doing like just a pro bono guest appearance, or was I doing like?
Yeah, like the sign
No,
of the booth,
it was
right?
at Hops when my brother was walking around. He made sure, and we ran into you together, and I introduced you to my brother. He was at the event with us.
Does he look like you?
No,
Good for him.
nope. My other brother and I do look alike. Him and I do not. You can fuck off.
We also got Gotham Knight 97 on Twitch. Says Bart is my lover.
Oh, I like that.
Wait,
Oh.
hold on. Can you see us on Twitch right now?
That'd be pretty cool. Normally
That
people
would be
just
a
hear
first.
us. Yeah.
So for some reason, our Twitch streaming, usually the video won't play live, but as soon as the event ends, the video works.
Yeah, he says no.
There it is.
Or she.
That's weird.
They, whoever.
And we have contacted Twitch. We have looked up we've done all sorts of shit.
You just send an email to Twitch. Hey, fix my shit.
They have
it goes straight to the complaint
creator.
box.
They have like a creator.
You should be
question
putting this
thing.
on OnlyFans. Seriously, I mean that's what I would do.
No, actually, what we're doing now instead of OnlyFans is our Patreon. Our
No,
Patreon.
it's kind of like OnlyFans, only not as kinky, but yeah, I like it.
It gives you exclusive content. So again, like OnlyFans.
Yeah, sure.
And then you get if you do our top level, there's 2 tiers. One just gets you the exclusive content entered into one giveaway a year. The other one does get you 5 shirts a year as well. So some of our best designs, you will get 5 shirts in a year, and it's awesome. So
Man, that's a lot of shirts.
yeah, we're on a roll, dude.
Man,
We took an
shirts.
investment we got and really put it to work. So we're excited.
good for you guys.
Yeah, that's why we were able to have enough merch to sell as much as we did. Lockers.
No, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
We've
man.
never owned enough merch to sell that much merch.
Now people walk up. Mark walked up to me and said, "Hey, do you just design the shirts for Two Beerded Guys?" I'm like, "No."
Mark got another one.
It's like, but cool, I got him.
Mark now has the our Hop Wars one too, as well as the Two Bearded Guys live shirt, which he wore at the event.
He'll wear them every other day, man. If he gets 5 a year, if he signs up, then he's set. He's set.
He never needs to buy shirts again.
He'll wear one during setup, and then he'll sweat through that one. Then he puts on another beer shirt, and then that's kind of his life.
Well, that's how he ended up with the our live shirt on at Lawrence's. It was shirt number 5 of the day. That was the last hour shirt.
That's kind of funny how it works.
It does.
So we got a flurry of comments coming in here. Gotham Knights Rapids was like, sure, yeah, likely story that we're trying to get in touch with Twitch. We have tried working on it. It just
I did.
won't cooperate.
I
Much
used
like
the creator
Facebook right now.
contact thing,
Yeah.
and they're like, "No, you don't do enough." Fuck
When you read comments back, can you do it in the Mr. T voice?
I don't know. We'll have to see. Jules Xavier says OSM has an OnlyFans account. That's a terrible Mr. T. I'm gonna
That
call
wasn't that great.
so
Yeah,
bad.
that's the best I got though.
That was so bad.
Yeah, John Couch is on. What's up, man? Enjoying Seattle. He says, there's 2 beautiful
Did he
people
say
I
it
see.
like that?
Probably.
Did he spell Seattle in a British accent?
No, I was trying to hold in a cough. That's what we got. It says, 2 beautiful people I see, and Tyler. It's like, well, I guess I only hear Matt. So
What the hell, John?
he's been drinking, for 2 days straight out there.
That
Let's
is
cut him
fair.
some slack.
What's he doing in Seattle?
We'll hop into that in just a second.
Yeah,
But I want to know now.
I want to let Matt finish the comments. I usually cut him
But
off.
I want it now. Tim Dabson. I'm guessing that's probably the Tim we saw this
It
weekend.
is.
Timbo.
He says, I love you guys. He says he will get a TBG tattoo.
Oh.
What do you get? Would you get John and Tyler's face, the logo, just on like your
my
right
God.
ass cheek? You know.
He'll do it.
He would.
No doubt about
That would be
in my mind.
amazing. Grace would love to do that tattoo
She
too.
would lose her mind.
It's her design.
She would have a great idea.
No, that's what I'm saying. She'd
That's
love it.
amazing.
She'd have a blast.
I forgot about that.
She's the one that made the logo for us.
I will see her in a couple of weeks. I will mention it. Hey,
And he does. He just said absolutely on my ass.
I'll pay for half of it, Timbo. I will pay for half of it.
Are you gonna get the other half on your ass? So like Tenacious D?
No,
you
it's
guys put
actually
them
half
together?
and half.
Yeah, so when we stand naked and our cheeks are together, it forms the logo and we become the duo.
Right, like Tenok and Acius, right? Like,
Wonder
Pick a
ass
Destiny.
twins.
Lots of straight friends are doing that these days, man. Like it's nothing weird about it.
It's the new BFF tattoo.
Absolutely.
All right, so just a reminder, when we're doing our beer, so we'll talk about this beer here in just a second.
Tim said yes.
We've been bouncing all over the place. But with this beer, what we're going to do is we'll talk about it here in just a sec, but we also score all our beers on our Two Bearded Guys scale. We use the untapped quarter increments. 3 is a perfectly average beer for us. Above 3 is above average. 4 or higher is seek out. I like this beer so much that, no matter where it's at, I will buy it again.
Manners.
I said excuse me.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
No, it's
Yeah.
Danners.
4, 7, 5, and 5.
I'm
Now,
making a joke on that one later.
4, 7, 5, and 5, obviously, not only are you seeking it out, but that's objectively, that's beers that you love. Under a 3, that 2 to 3 range, still kind of pretty drinkable, but it's missing something. Say, you have a rocky road that's supposed to taste something like, a specific thing, and it's missing 2 of the
And
ingredients.
instead it tastes like moose tracks. You're like, God damn it.
Still very drinkable, might even be enjoyable, but it's missing what's on the bottle. That might be in that 2 to 3 range. Under 2 is, well, I paid for this, or somebody gave it to me, I'll fucking drink it in that 1 to 2 range. Under 1's drain pour. That is absolutely, I'm done. This is piss poor. Now on the Two Bearded Guys, Mama didn't raise no bitch. We don't drain pour because there are sober kids in Africa, and we wouldn't do that.
Oh man, those poor sober kids.
Exactly. So we
Right,
make sure to
breaks-
not do that. But
Breaks my heart seeing how sober they are.
Right?
So
Matt,
sad.
remember that life before we
Oh man.
found out how to legally drink? But back to this can, though, and the beautiful can art that I heard so much about, which is Little turnsky.
Yeah, it got like this nice little flat black finish, but like the gold in it really pops, kind of like Purdue-esque. But I don't think that's what they're going for by any means.
Should be. That'd be doing it right.
You would, yeah, okay, sure, depends on.
But so this Pilsner.
Yeah, this Pilsner. You want me to start? Or you want to start?
Well, it basically, for what I'm noticing with this is it does have a little bit of that bitter-esque quality, which Pilsners are known for. They're going to have a little bit of hoppy bitter, but it's not so much hoppy bitter. It's more drying astringency.
Yeah, for sure.
I wouldn't mind a little more flavor out of this. It's not very malty, which Pilsners are less malty than a lager, but typically you're going to have a little bit of that sweetness at times with the bitter breaking into it. I'm only getting just kind of a dry astringent liquid. That's pretty much all I get out.
It's a Pilsner, 100%. They didn't try to make it something interesting, but it's for 5% alcohol. It's remarkably light.
It is.
I mean, there's no heavy anything going on at 5. You'd think it'd be, but it's not by any means. I like it because I like to drink beer. I don't like to chew through it. I think it finishes the way I like a Pilsner to finish. It smells great.
The nose is fantastic. I will give it that.
If you throw in the fact that it's 5+ on the ABV, I mean, I think it's quite drinkable. But for a Pilsner, like, am I going to give a Pilsner like this great score? So you should be able to make these right. It's like putting together a Lego set.
Well, for me, I hardcore judge breweries on.
Some of those Legos are pretty intense.
That's true. That's true.
I judge a lot of breweries. Like, for instance, River North's one of our favorite breweries. But when I first time ever went in the brewery, all I'd had their big high ABV, all the stuff that you can kind of hide behind sometimes if maybe didn't make it right.
Right, absolutely.
Well, the left side of their main location menu is all their light stuff, and they had both a lager and a Pilsner on that day. First 2 beers I ordered when I walked in, lager and a Pilsner, because I judge breweries on that. If you can't make a good lager and Pilsner, you're not a good brewery. And they knocked it out of the park and just confirmed everything I knew about them, and it's why it's my favorite brewery in the country. But
this is
River North.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're plugging our sponsor today.
But Elder Pine, the reason I keep buying their beer is because I buy a lot of their Pilsners and lagers and stuff like that, and they do it so crisp, so clean. I wouldn't mind a little more hop flavor in this one, but overall, it's an extremely good beer.
Oh yeah, I mean, I could drink a couple of these for sure and be quite happy.
And our on-screen personality. Unfortunately, Matt counts for the first beer because we don't have a beer left. But Jared is here. He made the dog bark upstairs because he crashed through the house so fast.
I purposely changed into this shirt.
Just roll with it. Nice.
All wine.
Griffin,
baby.
shut up.
Critical fail.
That's fantastic. But this beer this time, Barton, you are first since Jared didn't get the beer.
Man, so I'm going to give it a 4. Because it's a Pilsner.
Oh, I'm glad I missed it then.
Not the fanciest thing I've ever had before. I like the fact that it's smooth, even at 5%.
Listen, I need a 5.
I would, yeah, exactly. Like I would drink it again. I would recommend it to other people, especially if I saw somebody standing in the beer line and they were looking at Pilsners. I'd say, hey, get that one. Because I do think it's quite drinkable. I like it. And artwork always helps too.
That artwork's gorgeous. It's almost like you design different stuff,
Exactly.
Yeah, it's you're.
And when it comes down to it, you're the idiot in line, and you're looking at 3 fucking Pilsners. You're gonna pick the one with the cool artwork.
I mean, that's
what it's gonna come down to.
Matt's
a clever name, yeah.
Matt's
clever name, yeah, absolutely. But that's what it comes down to. You don't care if somebody's sister made it.
This is weird. Normally, I'm the one with my shirt unbuttoned farther. Barton's beat me by 3 buttons over here. I need to fix this.
It was hot today.
There we go. It's better.
Is it better?
I looked over. Barton's buttoned down to here. I'm like, oh damn! All right, I need to get my ass in gear.
I thought this was an OnlyFans trial.
I'm gonna be just behind. It's not a seek out Pilsner for me. I have had ones that get me to that point, but this one just quite in there. It edged me, but didn't get me there. I'm gonna be a 3.75.
Did you say it edged you?
It was an edge joke for sure.
I did it on purpose.
You
I told you it was an OnlyFans trial.
Matt, you're up. What are you gonna score, Matt? That's the only beer you count tonight.
I gotta make this count. It was No, it was good. It's drinkable. I appreciate the 5. Not a home run by any means. See what I did there?
Baseball metaphor.
Yeah, I'm kind of proud.
I'll give it 3.25. I'd drink it again, but it's not like a strong seek out.
3.25?
Yeah.
Jesus. All right.
What the fuck is it with this fraction shit?
Well, we do it in quarter increments for a reason,
I'm not getting a fraction anything.
Jesus Christ.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. What's 3.2 gonna do?
Well,
You know, I did.
no, dude, it's quarter
It's like,
increments.
oh man, it's a 4.25 now. Well, hell yeah, I'll get it.
Quarter increments. It gets you. You know, it's closer to average, closer to higher. You know, above average. It's the whole point. You know, at least it makes sense.
There's nothing wrong with your numbering system.
Liar.
I just
I
don't.
see what he's doing over here. He's like, there's nothing wrong. I'm literally making fun of it actively, but
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just not going to do it. That's what that
it does come out to a 3.75 average.
I mean, for a Pilsner, I think it's a pretty good average.
I agree.
Yeah.
One thing, just a reminder, you can find the beers if you miss a score, whatever. You can find it on our Untapped, just Two Beerded Guys. It
We
is
also
being.
will be checking in with H&R Block to make sure this math is accurate. So don't worry.
I literally just calculated that one because I wasn't sure. While you were still talking, hold on, look.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good 4 months away from tax season. They're not doing shit over there anyways, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I straight up was like, shit, I'm not actually sure on that one while they're talking.
You make the phone call like, yeah, we got this like scale system that goes in quarter increments. I don't do fractions, guys. Sorry. There's a number for some guy at NASA. He might be able to help me out. But
Point
ain't
to
doing
what?
that shit
Fuck
here.
you. It's a 4 or it's not, all right?
There's Jared's glass for the day.
Tyler,
Fucking board
Tim
it up,
says
bitch.
if you can
great.
guess Bart's favorite style of beer, he'll go Coyote Ugly on Flick's bar top for it.
Milwaukee. Well, Wisconsin as a whole. His favorite type is beer from Wisconsin.
Encouraged.
After that, it's ESBs.
All right, well there you go, Tim. And Katie says, glad to see he made it.
Everything. Yeah, do
What
it.
is that,
Yeah.
sorry?
Oh, I said, Katie says, glad to see he made it.
Yeah, he made it, Katie.
Yeah.
Your husband arrived.
Thundering down.
He took 3 steps out of the 15 over there, I think.
So am I dancing on a bar now?
No, Tim
Tim's
said
got-
he's going to. He just said, damn it.
Oh, he knows better than that.
I don't think he realized I would know. Now, I cheated and literally text Barton and asked that question a day ago, but you know.
That's true. That is true. That's thoughtful, though. That is very thoughtful.
Unfortunately, we don't have that much beer in the house right now. Well, we have a lot of beer, but not a lot of new beer. It's weird right now.
We're pretty stout heavy.
We're very
I know,
stout.
there's this table.
Well, it is,
booze
but it's
over
not.
here.
But it is. But,
Stout and
you
barley
know,
wine heavy,
shit.
but anything else we're getting a little
Yeah.
thin on.
It's fine. You just do a special. It's all that.
We just talked about that.
It's a holiday special.
Tim's doubling down. When's his birthday?
No, shit, I don't
Allegedly,
know.
I'm
Probably the
supposed-
same as Aaron
supposed
Lewis.
to
is.
get-
This year.
Hey, it's probably the same as his idol, Aaron Lewis, the lead singer of Stained.
Wait a minute.
Oh, I thought he was hitting me.
Watch the shoulder. Watch the shoulder.
No, I'm gonna. I bet I got Tim's birthday in here.
All right.
I think he's asking about your birthday, but
Yeah.
Oh, when's my birthday?
Yeah, he was asking me if I knew.
Oh,
when
I
yours
know when my
was.
birthday is.
yeah, but to Tyler.
Oh, yeah,
No.
that's a really dumb question.
No, I said it was the same as your idol, Aaron Lewis.
It is randomly that same day.
I wish. That'd be amazing.
That'd be fuck. Yeah, I'd move. Fuck this shit. I'm out.
I don't know what that would help with.
How would that help your
No, like moving someplace where he doesn't have any relevance, like fucking Lawrence.
Oh, God.
Arizona.
All right.
Jules Xavier's just throwing out May 15th. Random guess.
That'd be amazing.
What's my mom's birthday?
Is it really?
True story.
Wow. All right.
Nice job, Russ.
All right, Russ. Get a little...
I'll give you some
Little
props
psych-
for that because if it wasn't for her birth, I wouldn't have had one. So I mean,
Yeah,
that's like he's just dialing it back.
Her
Yeah.
birthday's 3 days after mine.
See, I
A whole lot of years first, but you know.
I knew. Were you trying to say my mom's old?
No, just older than me.
Oh, that's fair.
Because
the
you're
young
older
one.
than me.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I turned 44 soon.
I turned
Same.
34 soon.
Nice.
Like a few weeks.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ah.
Shit.
There's a hint. It's probably something in October.
It's actually the same fucking day.
It probably is.
Jared later tells him, yeah, mine's such and such date. Bart just does the, what the fuck?
Now that's when you're like, birthday buddy, bam.
Are you gonna be 34 as well?
No, he's going to be 44.
44.
He old.
Shit.
Yeah.
You're my age.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to fucking say, bro. you just act and look way cooler than my fucking dumb
Oh, that's not true. He's got facial hair. I struggle. I haven't been growing this out since the
Anyway,
80s.
so another successful year of Indiana on Tap events.
fucking nice.
Man, it was. You know, events are down. People are spending their money on other things, but the events that
Groceries.
basic expenses, but the events that we had, like, I mean, you went to most of them. We've lucked out on weather.
This year was some of the best
This year is
weather
much
ever.
better than
Absolutely.
prior. Yeah.
No rainouts, nothing like that. Refunding money, it's fine, but it's just a hassle and all that stuff. So, and plus, there's some new brewers coming up and everything. A lot more brown liquor this year. Spirits at festivals have
Jared,
been
help me out.
more, and But everybody's great. You know, you get to meet these people, and they're like your summer family. You're gonna walk around, see them all the time. You wave at them, and then festivals go away. You don't talk to them again. But then you look forward to the first festival of the season, which is always a good thing. So you guys talk to more people than I like to talk to people to make sure they're having a good time, which they are. I never hear any complaints. You know, there's always seems like they're very thirsty crowds. As far as numbers going down, beer still floats. So that. You know, it was a good thing.
We just weeded out the week is all we did.
And then you always see people walking around with like 25ths of liquor that they bought because they could and type thing. And the food vendors are getting far better. I mean, the food trucks, I mean, not that there's anything wrong with them. Smaller vendors, like I think, did you ever try like the freeze food people?
Freeze-dried candy?
Yeah.
John buys it every time.
Yeah, those people are just great, you know? I mean, and they're just like, you know, simple people doing their simple thing. Just kind of like making a buck and enjoying it. So... we love it. We love having people out. Obviously, go to our website if you want to complain, because we want to know if there's something that could make things better. If you have an opportunity for a beer festival someplace, yeah, we want to know about it for sure. I don't think I'm done.
What's one thing that you see trending in the beer world in the state, especially? Because even if you're not talking to as many people, you're still talking to breweries. You're helping them come in and out, all that kind of stuff. What
right now it is all about distribution. It's beer festivals used to be great because that was the one chance you had to get these flavors without having to drive all over to brewery. So now everybody's canning and bottling and setting up distro and getting their brick and mortars type thing. So
do you think that's hurting the reason maybe less people are coming is because
I would have to think it definitely has something to do with that. Like if you go to beer festivals, like it's like you look at the lineups, like cool, I know all these breweries, and I can go to Total Wine or I can go to Big Red and I can find all these things. So I think if you're going to a festival, you're going because it's something to do outside, get out, hang out with your friends.
Do you think it's post-COVID or because of COVID? Like because you couldn't get together, so it's like
Jared, help me out. This is your job.
We got to figure out other means to like get the beer to our consumers.
Absolutely, 100%. And I think the more product you can get in front of somebody, obviously, the better. Like if you go to a liquor store, I can spend $10 on a 4-pack or whatever, as opposed to having to drive. Let's just 3 Pillars, it's Peru, right?
Yep.
It's not terribly far away, but it's not a hike. Like when I just go someplace else. But if I can't get 3 Pillars beer at a liquor store, then yeah, I'm going to go to the next closest brew pub to me type thing. So, but festivals are great. Like Justin does a great job of finding other things to do as opposed to just walk around and drinking beer, which is obviously a great thing. But just having like more just other stuff to kind of like occupy your time while you're drinking beer. And people get it in our events pretty well. As far as like flavors and stuff goes, like man, it's sours kind of hit really big a couple years ago. Everybody was doing that. Now I know a lot of my buddies they're now making seltzers, hard seltzers for sure, just to have that option as well. Yeah. I know there are a few that are working on some gluten-free beers. But then you guys got like Brandon, who makes just all the fancy fun stuff, and he's got an ESB and a Pilsner going on right now. Mm-hmm. Like he's kind of bringing it back to not exactly his wheelhouse, but make something that's
a little more classic
that people can drink on a regular, and then do all this.
And I think when you're starting a brick and mortar like he is, which should be opening relatively soon,
we're gonna call him.
Being able to add in that Pilsner, that ESB, that's something that local people can always know.
Absolutely.
If it's always there. They like trying everything.
Consistency.
But it's that one beer that I know I can go drink. It's a lower ABV. I just go enjoy it for a few beers after work. And I'll try the other stuff while I'm there, but I have that staple beer.
Yeah, absolutely.
That I sit down, you immediately, before you even look at the menu, give me the Pilsner. And then you're talking to your buddy, you drink it, and you're like, oh, hey, you want to split that one or try that one real quick? And, you get this one, I'll get that one. Now you're trying the other stuff while still refilling your glass with the Pilsner.
Absolutely. No, 100% on point. And it's all about making just good flavors to start with. And I saw Cody, he's at Two Toms now. Good for him, right? Do you know if he's going to continue on doing science project stuff, or is...
I have no idea. I haven't had a chance to talk to him about it.
Science project? What do you mean?
It's the brewery was at.
Okay. Yeah, so he was the brewer there, and
I think he's leaving. I think he's leaving fully science project to fully involved in Two Toms. Is my understanding.
Well, good for him.
But I haven't had a chance to one-on-one ask him. Since it's been announced, so our
really
next beer.
You were gonna just give him the 180, be like, yeah, we're talking about NASA, some crazy bullshit.
That would have been fun. Our next beer is Parish Brewing Company's Extra Sauce. This is a lemonade shandy at 7%.
Yep.
Woo!
Oh,
7%
really?
shandy. Imperial Golden Ale with lemon puree. Again, 7%, done by Parish Brewing Company out of Broussard, Louisiana. Does have Raising Cane's trademarks and trade dress are used with permission. So the sauce here and the color stuff, it's actually used with permission.
Is that the fried chicken place?
Canes?
Yeah.
Cane's, yeah.
Or Raising Canes?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
New one in like Hamilton Town Center?
Yeah.
I'm never gonna go, but
Well, let me go and bring it. Everyone defends Canes being so great, but if you like different sauces, they got one. Like you get here's Cane sauce.
But that's because people go for Cane
you like
sauce.
it or you don't, and all they got is chicken strips. You
so
don't
do
get
they
like-
make this specifically for them?
No, they just use their label and the sauce logo, like the sauce stuff, with their permission.
Okay.
I gotta wonder why they did that.
Because Cane's is a like Louisiana start. Like I think it started down there, and so Parish in Louisiana just was like, yeah, I'll take advantage of this.
Why not do your own thing when you get a chance? Jeez.
Also, I got some comments. Tim
America all
says
over again.
Bart got him on the start with Indiana on tap.
Who said
that? Tim. Got him to thank for all of his successes.
Tim doesn't have successes.
He does. He knows me.
I said what I said.
No, man, so Tim was my neighbor, and he started helping out. He is literally, as my involvement has dwindled, and next year probably won't have any involvement since I'll be moving away, Tim is that guy that just kind of steps up and just runs the fucking show. Him and Tommy, phenomenal guys to have on board. Tommy, who is helping, he brews at Grand Junction. I'm sure Tim will probably work in the beer business at some point in life. Gem of a human being. Can I pitch my event?
Real quick, Tim Dabson's actually going to be on the show on December 4th.
Oh, nice. I might just pop in, because I'll be.
Hey, you're welcome.
Say hey.
But I did schedule him today, actually, for the 4th of December. So pretty excited about having Tim on the show. He helped us out a lot when Matt and I were slammed at the event Saturday.
Appreciate your help, man.
John had to leave early.
That
Tim
dude loves slinging yak, man.
Tim just randomly showed up.
He does.
He's like standing behind me. We're just chit-chatting, and, the line got fucking nuts between merch and beer. And every time somebody'd order a shirt, I'd turn around to go get, like, the shirt out of the box, and he'd be digging through. He'd be like, here's the size you need. Here you go. Here you go. And I'm like...
That's Tim.
He was there for at least an hour and made our lives so much easier.
Very much true. John asks, what's that package hiding behind Tyler? Is there a package hiding behind Tyler?
What, the rush order?
Oh, what the fuck is that?
Man, if it's a severed head, I'm gonna be really pissed off.
What's in the box?
Frosted Flakes, man.
What the fuck did John order?
Oh, I hope it's some new chips, man.
Oh, yeah.
New what?
New Packy chips?
Oh, if it is, I'm throwing them away. But no, it feels like a shirt. It is a shirt.
Well,
it does not fit me.
It's fresh order teas.
It's not something that fits me.
Trying to... I think it's funny.
That's a
I'm
good
so
start there.
fucking happy. So that is Matt after Hops and Coke drops. Passed out the bed of the pickup truck with his feet up and over the back end.
The record show I was actually awake, but I was laying like that, yes.
So that you kind of get yourself to the back and then just fall in?
So him and my brother both went to hop in the back to ride back to the campgrounds because that was the back of Drew's truck.
Yeah.
And so
I just flopped back.
he sat on the edge, and Brett and him were both getting ready to get in, and Matt just went, wee. Yeah. I'm guessing this is format since it's an extra large, John. Let me know, because it sure as hell doesn't fit either one of us. Or it might be a giveaway. Who knows? That'd be a fun product to
I'm wearing
throw.
a very tight
Hey,
medium.
that would be fun to throw in the. I meant either one of
I
us,
didn't
me
get
and
a shirt
John.
with Matt passed out in the truck.
I mean, it might be a great giveaway item too. So let me know what you want to do with that, John.
That could be a good Christmas special for sure.
That's funny as shit. I'm so happy right now. Nice, John. That was clever. Yeah. So this beer. What?
A little more. There you go.
Here, you know what? We're just gonna fully 360.
Ha!
Well, you can see
There's
the
cane sauce, yeah, right there.
This beer, it's not quite as much lemonade lemonade flavored as I
It's
expect.
not shandy.
No.
It's a little more lemon than lemonade.
It's not as sweet, which is
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
I'm all right with that for sure.
Also, not as carved as I would expect.
Yeah, 7% though.
I ain't mad at that.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't drink like 7.
No, it's a highly drinkable
Yeah.
7. You could get in trouble.
John says that shirt was courtesy of Russ and absolutely for me.
Perfect. That's funny as hell. Thank you, Russell.
Thanks, Russ. I think.
Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station, our drunken shenanigans. Without Turfs Up Radio, we wouldn't be able to do our Two Beerded Guys drunken movie reviews that we do nearly every week. Thanks, Russ, for being such a good friend of the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, John's out of town. It takes all three of us.
Yeah.
But we also found some that hadn't been posted yet, so we're still good for this week. Worked out.
What flipping fraction do you give this one?
I am. Oh, evidently he was texting me for a minute.
Oh, I've got to be quarter increments, man.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Oh, that's
I
right.
ain't selling pot,
No
dude. We're
16s.
rating beer.
Wait, we're not going eighths.
Hey. It's okay. It's very drinkable for a 7, which is nice. But I'd like more lemonade.
Yeah.
I'd like a little more carb. So for me, it can't get too high a score, but the drinkability bumps it a quarter, so I'll give it a 3 1/4.
Yeah, I mean, I've had lemony things before, and I was thinking it was going to be that one. It's called extra sauce, which I'm going to give 1 entire point to because of the name. I just absolutely love that name. I had an intramural basketball team in high school called the Special Sauce, and we weren't very good, but still, I just love the name. The lemoniness, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, 7%, would I get it for 7%? I'd rather just have like a lemon seltzer, maybe at that point.
Throw some vodka in it.
Yeah,
Same thing.
exactly. Dump it over some ice. The one whole point on the name, I'm not gonna give it a fraction because I just don't believe in it. But I am gonna give it a 3.
I love how he's been on the show before, and he's literally talking shit about something. I guarantee there's video evidence of him giving a fraction.
I almost died.
Oh man, don't
Spiders.
Spider in there.
Ugh.
You die, I'm taking that out.
Jared, what about you?
I'm taking the shirt then.
We just had Indiana State Fair's lemon shake-up,
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
which is 6%. So I'm only 1% off. Sure, a 3.
That
So
one
it does
shake
come
up.
out to a 3 average.
Shit, dude.
It's so good. I was glad they were at Loggers and Lawrence
Dude, all the
because I
high
got
and
a few
mighty
extras.
stuff
You
is
know,
just incredible.
High and Mighty's starting. Yeah, it's kind of fun. They're one of my favorites to run into now.
Are those guys at the fairgrounds?
Yeah.
Yeah, those lemon shake-up things they do.
Man, and
Dude,
their
insane.
gin ain't bad either. I mean,
I'll
it's,
tell the
I'm gonna try
story.
that.
So me and a friend went Saturday before he showed up to go to Total Wine. We saw it on a little like end cap. We passed it for 2 minutes to go get something else, and then she goes, "You know what? We should go get." I was like, "Yeah." 6 of those sets had been just taken. And so then she was like, "Oh, FOMO, fuck." It's like,
well, I mean, they've been around for a while, and like
They're
they only
good.
started coming to events this year for us.
Yeah, Anderson was the first time I saw him.
Yeah. First time I saw him was at Lebanon.
I thought he said that like they've only been open for maybe a year, maybe.
And
Like,
then
they're pretty fresh.
And then it's like the fairgrounds. And I'm like, what do you mean the fairgrounds? It's like, do I have to pay $10 to go to your place to get into the fairgrounds? And it was just kind of like, after they explained it all to me.
Yeah, he said they're kind of working on like a food hall kind of thing at the fairgrounds. Is the way I remember the conversation with him.
Yeah,
going.
so that new, I mean, it's going to be different, but it was just like, they're amazing, and I'm glad they exist. I'm super happy, all the flavors they have. I think the seltzer people, local like that, bring that extra spark to some of our beer festivals.
For sure.
For guests like my fiance who can't do gluten or just kind of get a little burned out on beer sometimes.
Yeah.
Or even just something different on a hot day. It's just nice to have a switch up.
100%.
Yeah,
Man, 100%.
it's just refreshing. Speaking of refreshing, Tim says he'll give you his special sauce.
Oh God.
And Stevie P says lemon shake up rocks. Wish he could get him down in Texas.
What up, Stevie P, the international man of mystery himself?
He's in Texas, by the way. It's not very mysterious.
He flies all over the country.
Or
One
international.
of the largest states.
Hey,
Yeah, that's
he
just domestic.
supposedly is like the lead like steward on a plane, and but he does nothing but like international flights. Supposedly he's not a spy or anything. Supposedly,
Allegedly.
Spies don't live in Texas. It's too cliche.
that's why you do it. Nobody expects it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, wait, well, we're at in Texas. Austin?
It's a big ass state. Nobody will find your ass.
Exactly. That's how you hide out in El Paso, man. You're just like,
Just bounce back and forth across the border. You're
exactly.
good.
Despite all that,
International.
for some reason, Stevie says, love you guys.
He brought us beer back from South America not that long ago.
This is true. And we got Cam Dillon on. He says, Tiny got tiny.
What up? Yeah, no. John did get a lot thinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit taller too.
Why, thank you very much.
A little less beardy.
Smaller beard, smaller gut, taller height.
I mean, sometimes you just got to work out a little bit, man, and it paying off.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, the loss of weight helped him grow.
Yes.
It was the weight holding him
it
down.
makes you, it makes you more upright. Shoulders come back.
Our next beer and
More
last
barbecue.
beer of the first half of the show.
Real quick, it's because he's a rough. Stevie says he's in Houston.
Houston.
Okay,
all right.
Houston's a good town.
Houston,
Oh, so he works for
Houston.
NASA.
That's why it's international.
Yeah.
They actually just crash landed.
It's
random
it's
places.
the space station, not like International Alliance. That makes way more sense. Good job, Stevie.
Anyway, so our next one is
I bet he knows how to use fractions.
most likely German-style Marzen Lager from Field Brewing. This is Festfield. 6% ABV. Our good friends at Field here in Westfield, Indiana.
In West Philadelphia.
See how Ryan made this beer.
This is delicious. He always makes a good beer. This is nice and malty. That Marzan it's on point.
This is a tasty one. Like, I'm really hit or miss on like the German kind of beers, but this is a nice balance of
This
the
is-
flavor
It's
and
that-
drinkable.
That high stringent at the very end or at the top,
A lot of times that's the like that little bit of
right there on the top. Of the mouth.
Oktoberfest spices. I don't know what all's in them, but it usually brings that little bit of drying at the finish
Yeah.
sometimes. But
Yeah.
it's such a nice
different.
malty beer.
A Cincinnati guy that loves his German background, man. He
Yup.
knocked this one out for sure.
I rarely find a field beer I don't at least enjoy. I've not had a ton that were like my 5 out of 5s, but
some people come out with these Oktoberfest and they screw them up.
and they fuck
Like,
up
on a regular
His-
basis.
When I buy local Oktoberfest, I typically buy the field
Yeah.
one because I know exactly what I'm getting every time. I know I'm getting a highly drinkable.
You changed my rating because of.
I'm getting a
what you
highly
said.
drinkable,
Yeah.
well-made,
Yeah.
tasty beer.
Yep.
That's why I buy it. Same reason I buy Upland's Dragonfly IPA, because I know exactly what I'm getting every fucking time I buy it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You said this was 7?
6.
6. Still pretty reasonable.
No, it looks good. It smells good. It tastes like
Big
a
Gulp's good.
Phenomenal,
Big Gulp's really good.
phenomenal beer. And Ryan knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he does.
He's getting 1 point just because I like him.
And I don't blame you. And we poured for Field Saturday.
Yeah.
I texted Ryan right before the event.
Oh, we'll fucking do
I was
it.
like, is there anything you want me to specifically worry about? And he's like,
God damn it.
give it all away. And if you don't give it all away, take it. Like, I'm like, gotcha, Ryan.
Don't bring it back.
No problem, bud. But fantastic beer. Jared, you're first this time.
Ooh, look at you.
I'm not usually a big Oktoberfest guy, but I like that it's local. I like that I can drink it. I like what we just said just a minute ago. It's almost like a lot of those cats will go too far, too extreme. So a 4. Yeah, I'll totally stick to that.
Yeah, so I've had a lot of October. I get them all the time. I see the Bavarian flag on a can, and I buy it because I want to try them. And some people just fail. It's not like it's bad. I just think they try too hard.
Yeah.
They why do you keep adding? Just make a pumpkin spice beer if you want to. Stop, trying to call it your Oktoberfest. Phenomenal beer. I'd give this a 5. And as far as Oktoberfest beers are out there, if you're looking for one, I know that the season is upon us. That is what you should get, probably hands down. And now here's the thing. Sam Adams makes a damn good Oktoberfest beer. Probably one of the best out
You
there.
like it.
It's nice and simple.
Yeah,
They're not trying to do
that's
anything
true.
crazy.
That's true.
If you want something local that's delicious, I put that up there with all that stuff. So
It comes out to, I'm going to give it a 4, so it comes out to a 4.25. Great average. Great beer, easy drinking. Definitely one, especially the local Oktoberfest. If you're someone that likes to
my
support
first
local, it is a great one to buy. It is
Black Dog's a good one too.
it is such a consistent beer. You don't have to worry about one of those where it's like, maybe, because some local breweries, especially smaller breweries, sometimes it tastes one way, sometimes it tastes another.
Absolutely.
Ryan knows what the fuck he's doing, and this beer comes out on point every
This is in
time.
Ryan's wheelhouse. Like
Yeah, it
this
is.
German Marzan is exactly what Ryan wants to be, and no doubt that it was as good as it is.
So before we end the first half of the show here, Matt, I have not asked you a single time what you thought of a beer, other than the one that you counted. I apologize. What would you think about this one?
I was leaning a 4, and
It
then
matters. He doesn't count. There's a difference.
Yeah. There's a small difference, but Barton talking and everything kind of talked me up to a 4.25 because
It's 'cause
Because
of the
I was
average.
like-
He always floats the average.
well, I was thinking like, all right, this I would search this out. So my logic goes,
Great.
as we said, well, if it's not your style, like, would you search it out? Like, if you're gonna get this one, would you get this one as
May
an
not be your
example?
favorite style, but if you're
Yeah.
hungry for that style, is this what
Yeah,
you get? Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, all right, well, I would search this out because this is just a damn good beer, and this is I think a good representation of the style. That's where Barton talking kind of bumped me up. So 4.25.
Shameless plug real quick about shopping local because, well, I mean, it's my show. I can absolutely plug the shit out of anything I want.
Absolutely.
That sounds dirty.
Isn't that a beauty thing?
Barton,
but-
be careful.
For instance, one thing we talked about at the event Saturday, and a lot of people asked us about, where'd you get, who makes your shirts? Who does this? We have found places we could get shirts maybe a little cheaper. We have found places I know I can get my beard oil cheaper that we sold. It's not as good a product probably, but I can get it a whole hell of a lot cheaper with much better margins.
And can you get tobacco and whiskey though?
Yeah, that's actually a pretty popular one. But one of the things we did is we partner with cool people with everything we do that we can.
Yeah.
Now our beer devices, we can't. That's just nobody local selling or creating some of the things we buy for that.
Should ask the NASA guy.
But our beard oil, for instance, comes from the Hey Tootsie Boutique in Brownsburg. And then our shirts are designed and printed by Brandon Holder at Tarnish Hollow Brewing.
This shirt was also printed on the back by Brandon Holder at Tarnish Hollow Brewing Company. He's That's it. We're gonna plug our sponsors. Brandon's one of my favorite people in the beer business. No offense.
He really is. I agree.
But I will sit there and I will until he opens. I will preach his name as
damn straight.
He's a great dude.
It's a great side note. Like the man's in the business, but also he's like, hey, you need some new threads, bro.
Well, that's what that's what he did for a career, and what he still does. So he might be opening his brick and mortar building, but he does a lot of really cool shit, and we want to support people who do really cool shit. You've seen Brandon on our show.
You may have seen his '87 Toyota Corolla rolling by.
And you know what?
The Ass Slayer.
And next,
I thought it was called a panty dropper.
and next week, Melissa Sandulo, who is the owner of the Hey Tootsie Boutique where we get our beard oil, is going to be on the show.
Oh, no shit.
Why do I know that name?
She used to own Books and Brews Broad Ripple.
Yeah. Play piano, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Melissa's a badass. But Melissa's going to be on the show. She's a funny ass person. Love that woman.
Dude, it's because I heard that I had 2 years that I demoed for a Canadian publishing company there.
He did a whole bunch of demo for board games.
Nice.
I really thought you were gonna say Canadian punk band.
So
I thought that's where he was going too. I was like, really? Simple Plan? No shit.
hey, real quick, I got to finish this so we can go on our break.
All right, finish.
Next week is Melissa Sandulo, again, the owner of the Hey Tootsie Boutique. We have Hot Mom Madison coming in the following week. RJ from RJ Leatherworks, and then Smell Money, the smartest man in beer. That is our next 4 weeks. We have 4 great weeks of guests, and we're excited for them.
When the fuck am I supposed to be on again?
Technically, you're not
Today.
Tomorrow. Oh, the other day? I got y'all. Look again.
October something?
It's whenever he's out. I forget.
Should be my birthday.
Guys, we'll be right back. We have 3 more beers to drink. We would love to talk if you have any comments, questions, or anything for
11.
Barton here, who again has to do all the beer stuff. We'll talk more about his baseball side next half. I'm TBG_Ops Guy. Our guest is
Barton Lewis, then you on tap.
and the not John,
Jared Shaw.
I would still start with Jay.
and,
John.
and behind the camera, the one, the only. You're lucky you can't see him, but I have to.
Off-screen Matt. Before we go though, 10 says Tarnished Hollow for life.
Damn
Yeah,
straight.
absolutely.
We'll be right back, guys.
Hear me. There it is.
John and off-screen man, big bushy beards and awesome hats. Two bearded guys. Oh yes they are 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 two bearded guys.
We weren't talking about anybody. A couple dudes.
Matt's got
guys.
really good at making sure.
Dial it in.
Yeah. Early in our show,
Not supposed to say two or one.
actually, you guys are gonna love this. Early in the show, when we first started this,
Today?
we'd started getting a little traction when we first started this whole thing, and we had a hot mic incident.
Oh yeah.
There was a guest that was going to be on the
microphone,
show.
not some sexy dude named
No,
Mike.
hot
Gotcha.
microphone. There was a guest that was supposed to be on
That
the show.
was a different episode.
Like a couple weeks later.
good.
That I really was not a fan of. I'm still not a fan of. But he had a lot of pull in the beer industry at the time, and I was going to try to take advantage of that for the
Did
show.
he actually have a lot of pull? Or was he the kind of guy that thought he had a lot of pull?
Mostly thought, but also for some reason people weirdly listened to him. It was a weird double combo.
Does he brew in the Broad Ripple
No,
area?
it was no
There's
brewing.
people-
It was no
Okay.
brewing.
There's people like that in other.
It was at the heyday of like some of the influencer like websites on Facebook and shit.
Sure,
that,
sure.
Yeah, that people would like burn breweries to the ground, reputation wise, that kind of shit. Well, I was gonna take advantage of his name to promote the
Yeah.
show. Well, I was telling Matt and John that we were gonna have him on the show, and we were talking about it during break. All of a sudden, my phone's blowing up, John's phone's blowing up. Whole bunch of people watching the show that I knew were like trying to tell me hot mic motherfucker, hot mic motherfucker. Yeah, it was luckily it was mostly people who also didn't like him, so nobody really relayed the message. But
Yeah.
I will say the next week he randomly canceled for his show.
I
So
imagine that.
I'm sure it got back to him, but it was
But here you are.
it was the funniest goddamn thing because I literally was just like, oh fuck.
Because he probably realized, man, so this is what people say about me all the time.
Yeah.
You know, like they just
This is the incident I think you're talking about. Like,
like
you didn't even say anything bad.
I did the hot mic it didn't quite pick up as much as everything I said.
But I mean,
yeah.
I remember the conversation. If this is what I'm thinking of. And
It
like,
is.
You were talking about more like a group of people than someone specific. So like, I didn't think anything you said was very like.
No, it ended up not being
too blue.
awful, but it was like always really close to being like, fuck this guy. Basically, it was funny as shit.
Well,
to be
it's always
honest.
like those guys that like they go someplace and they try 15 beers. One beer doesn't work out. Like, this is the worst brewery ever.
You
It's
know-
like, man, okay, so they didn't make
Try
beers
the
you
other
drank.
ones.
Go to another one.
Or
Yeah,
well, that's
I mean,
what cracks me
yeah.
up is people.
Always
on,
a weird thing.
Well, it's the people on tap that crack me up. Oh yeah, I give this beer a half a point. This IPA, I really hate hoppy beers. Then
They
why
don't
don't you
get 'em.
fucking
No.
order an
Yeah.
IPA?
yeah, absolutely.
Then like Barton going up to a brewery and going, you know what? I want the biggest barrel aged beer you
I
have.
want the most
And then
ABV,
giving
yeah.
it a 0 and going, oh, I just hate barrel aged things unless it's brown liquor.
That's always been my thing, man. Like, there are obviously a million beers out there. You try them, you know? It's like, and if you don't like it, stop drinking it.
Matt's a great example. There's some beer styles Matt's not a big fan of.
is never
No.
a good example.
Well, in this case, Matt,
That's true.
When he does count,
Children don't grow up to be like Matt.
when he
Don't.
does count score wise, he does a very good job at this isn't my style.
Absolutely.
But I've tried enough of this style now for this show. I recognize what's made well, what's
Yeah,
not made
yeah,
well,
yeah.
and he'll bump his score according
Shit,
to how it's
IPAs.
made and stuff
IPAs
like
has
that.
been a big thing for him. Where
Although
he's actually,
randomly
like,
he's liked some.
he's actually like to the point where he's
Portraying
like,
him.
oh,
Well,
fuck.
like, you know, I'm not a big fan of barrel aged stuff.
Yep.
I still try barrel aged things until I had every single barrel aged beer out there. I can't say I hate
Well, you
all barrel aged.
had
beer.
one on the show one time that you liked.
It was
Yeah.
it was good because it didn't knock me on my butt. It was nice and smooth, and it was phenomenal.
It was one of those beers that was kind of scary, smooth drinking while being high ABV.
And am I
rush
gonna go
off?
buy a 4-pack of them? Absolutely not.
But for the one time that you had 3 or 4 ounces of it, you enjoyed it.
It's one of those things, man. Like,
Speaking of beers Matt's not always a fan of, this is an IPA. This is Offshore Beer Co.'s Escape. It's your
that's an
everyday
IPA for sure.
West Coast IPA.
Or is it a scape?
But if I'm going to drink an IPA, I drink Westies. So here we go.
where is off West Coast?
Offshore Beer Co. from 7.1% from Placentia, California.
That can't be right. Placenta?
Placentia.
It's
Oh.
Placentia. I was
It
right.
might even be Placentia.
I like Placentia.
You betcha.
And you're a baseball guy. Like, so you know the words Coastal Plains League?
Yeah.
Coastal Plains are two words that shouldn't be next to each other
No.
for any kind of geographic locator.
No.
Are you in the fucking coast or in the damn plains?
Well, when I was in Colorado. High Plains. What the fuck is High Plains mean?
It's a great movie, by the way. But
You get stoned and you're on the plains, right?
I mean,
yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that basically means you're on a vision.
I believe
quest.
that's Soul Plane.
That's another great movie.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I mean like on the plains, like the
I know.
outback plains. But I see what you're doing. I like that.
I fucking love Soul Plane.
Ooh,
Now, is Escape supposed to be like the Pina Colada song?
absolutely.
Rest in peace.
Who is that?
Jimmy Buffett?
That's not Jimmy.
That's not
Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett.
That one's not.
Oh,
I think that
rest in peace anyway.
was that like their only one hit.
It was him, and he wrote it because he was cheating on his old lady, or was going to cheat on his old
No,
lady.
he put out him
It's
and her
not-
both were going to cheat on each other, and
I
then
keep
found
wanting
each
to say
other.
Jerry Rafferty, but I know it's not Jerry Rafferty.
It's like the happiest, saddest song ever.
Somebody's gonna tell me before I can Google it.
I think Matt's already looking.
Maybe.
He has a whole computer in front of him. I don't Google things
Make
anymore.
another midnight.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I know the song. I just
Well,
don't know
it's,
who
it's not the Metallica one. I can tell you that.
No.
kind of wish it was now.
Rupert Holmes.
Rupert Holmes. Jerry Rafferty, Rupert Holmes. That's kind of the same thing.
Was it
This
Rupert
beer-
Holmes, the guy from Indiana that was on Survivor?
No, that was the guy that was on the cover of the Weezer album.
All right, so this beer here.
Well, that's
Hurley.
Hey.
Do you remember that? That was a shirt. Really
So
crazy
this
dude.
hey, this West Coast IPA here.
The album scarred me.
This West Coast IPA here does a great job at bringing what's on the nose to the flavor. So what I'm noticing is you get a little bit of dank, a little bit of fruit, and it all blends into the flavor without being overpowering. For guys like Matt,
dank, like a high thing.
for Matt's not a big fan of the really bitter beers. This one kind of balances out with a little bit of fruit, a little bit of
This is
sweetness, a
real-
little bit of
this is
hop.
real
Do you think that's like Chinook? Give you that stone fruit hoppiness to it, but I mean, I'm not like one of them.
Well, you got
Cicerone
real
guys.
complicated. Can you?
Well, it's a
can you
a style of
explain
hop.
to the ignorant guy over here on the?
It's a hop that has
Left.
kind of a stone fruit.
Yeah, so Chinook would be a stony fruit type flavor.
I could see that.
A little bit, right?
I've always liked Chinook, so that makes sense why I like this.
So to further answer, Jared, there's different
It's a
variety
hop-
of
brand of
hops
hop.
that pump
So
up
like
different
Mosaic
flavors.
would be like a really bright IPA, like a Sierra Nevada would use them.
Citra is
Citra.
exactly what the name says. Basically, is it's a really
Absolutely.
citrus forward, fruity forward hop.
And they different flavor gradients depending on what
Yeah.
kind of beer you're trying
Chinook's
to do
a
here.
flavoring hop. It's definitely it's one that's meant to be for flavor forward, while other hops are bittering hops, which are meant to be exactly what it says. It's more bitter forward.
You said it's weighted at 7?
7 something, I think.
1, wasn't it?
7.1. Yeah.
Really weird. Very exact. I know those fractions, man.
I know, man.
Just fucking say it's 7.
Hey, before we score this or do anything with it, you had a phone call you wanted to make, I believe,
Actually,
for an event you wanted to talk about.
I want to talk about the event real quick. So this is not an actual Indiana on Tap event, but I know you weirdo people out there and your pumpkin spice and all that stuff is coming around. So this Saturday at Opti Park in Broad Ripple, my buddy Jay Wetzel, who owns Union Jack Pubs in Broad Ripple and
By
Westfield.
the way, if you've never been there, check it out, please.
Oh, phenomenal pizza. They got the Midwest deep dish, phenomenal tenderloin. And if you like soccer,
They got great Scotch eggs too.
100%.
Yeah, it's a good English pub, man.
Yeah. If you like soccer, they always have some kind of footy match going on.
Did they relocate across the street? I believe from
they
their long.
so their old location that they were at for years,
It's on the strip.
and they just moved right across the street from, so you can see the old place still not occupied. They had an opportunity to not rent anymore, to own.
Oh,
So
okay.
they chose to go that route,
Smart
and
route.
they have a parking lot, phenomenal people. But they always hold, not always, they missed a couple years, but it's a pumpkin beer fest. And all it is pumpkin beers and spice beers and all that good fall stuff.
Fucked up and fun.
So it's this
It's a
Saturday.
great beer lineup though.
September 30th from 2 to 6
Great brewery
p.m.
lineup.
The 2 p.m. start is for VIP. Looks like tickets are probably they're $15 to $50. I'm safely assuming the $15 ticket is
DD.
for the designated driver. The VIP gets you in at 2 p.m., which gives you an hour before the main rush comes in. And I can spin yarns about this beer list, but go to ontaptickets.com and check out Pumpkin Beer Fest, Abomination, Forbidden Pumpkin, Ace Pumpkin Cider, Ash and Elm will be there,
Ash Elm looks like they have 3 different
Avery the
options.
Kaiser Imperial Oktoberfest, Bloomington Brewing Clown Convention,
Wow, man, look at this.
A non-alcoholic IPA.
Burley Oak Strawberry Margarita, Clown Shoes Pumpkin Sombrero,
Oh, you got some clown shoes?
Elysian Dark of the Moon, Evil Twin.
It's all over the place,
Even
though,
as
man.
Pumpkin Spice. Seriously,
Fucking
guys.
so many fucking people
The,
I know.
the list goes on. Left Hand Nitro Pumpkin Spice Latte. I mean, you name
Left
it.
Hand.
It's going on. Voodoo Atomic Pumpkin by
Yes.
New Belgium. Oddside Pumpkin Stout. People will
Platform.
be there. Ryan
Prairie.
Guy's Friends.
Ooh,
Smash,
Outside's good. I like Outside.
Skygazer. I mean, just everything.
Southern Grist, Southern Tier.
This is actually a really good list,
Yeah,
man.
it
Holy
is.
shit, yeah, it is.
So, yeah, if you guys would, I don't know, can you put this up on the website? Can
Hi,
you send a
Munchkin.
link to somebody?
I will repost this after the show. That way, actually, I'll probably do it here in
Me,
just a
man.
second.
Even left hand, like,
I'll repost it on
I'm
our
the- I'm
page,
like
and that
the-
way you guys can see it.
all that,
Phenomenal event, Opti Park this Saturday. The weather looks phenomenal, and like
It is,
fractions,
yeah.
it looks like the weather is going to be 75 degrees, but it's going to feel like 81. So they should just say it's going to be 81 degrees.
Hi, Sweet Pea.
That's mine.
How's the injured foot?
It's okay.
Yeah.
We have our designated driver here.
Kai injured her foot at basketball.
Well, don't do that.
Love you, Sweet Pea.
Do we
Be
get
good.
high fives?
Be good.
High fives around?
Woohoo! You didn't run today, right?
No.
Good, because you're running Thursday, right?
my foot hurts.
Good, because she's also in cross country. So she usually goes from cross country to basketball. She hurt her foot, set out today for that way. She's running in county Thursday. She's
And
the,
stay on Saturday.
Are you being supervised upstairs?
her mom's upstairs.
Okay, I didn't know
That's
that.
our neighbors.
Oh, is she? So no.
Okay.
Kylie supervises herself. It's
Good.
fine.
Go Millers.
Love you, sweetheart.
Hey.
Even without John, Kylie's got to come downstairs. It's great. I love it. I'm getting ready to repost this now on our page, guys. That way you guys can see
I'm glad I showed up. If anything.
exactly the tickets that are on
Yeah, I'm
sale.
Warren. So now I gotta hit my buddy up. Oh, go ahead.
It looks like an incredible.
My goodness, this is like I keep
Dude,
scrolling
I
through
could
this.
talk about 30 minutes.
Yeah, I
Just this.
typically don't like.
Outside pumpkin spice bean flicker. That sounds kinky shit, dude.
I believe Bean Flicker is their coffee blonde, I do believe, which is quite tasty.
All right, so it is currently. I just reposted it. Make sure you guys take a look. It's obviously the top of the page,
What am I doing?
and you'll be able to get tickets right away off that link. This IPA though, back to before we so we can score it here.
Lakefront
Can't
brandy barrel aged imperial pumpkin ale. I mean that's a mouth. It doesn't even fit all the way on the screen of a phone.
No, no.
That's a name and a half, man. That's it. Now I'm done. We can go
Yeah,
back.
it's all pumpkin stuff, all spice stuff. A lot of fun things there. A couple non-alcoholic options I saw on there.
High wired big boy thylazized. What is THIOLIZED?
I don't know.
I want it.
I went to Yorktown. I don't know. I coach baseball. But this beer, hey, we got to score this beer.
Kentucky peanut butter stout.
You are first this time, Barton.
Thank you. So this is actually really good. This is more in my wheelhouse of the IPAs that I like. As far as the West Coast goes, very very drinkable. I would like to know the hops they use. There is a little bit of flavor there. Very smooth. Not
Which is
very
surprising for a West Coast.
not very bright
Because they like
at
hard
all.
in your face, dude.
The hops used in this concoction are Mosaic, Strata, Simcoe, and Amarillo.
Simcoe, okay, that's probably the mellowness we got going on there. I love this. I've had a lot of West Coast before. I'm not an IPA guy, but when I am an IPA guy, I go towards the left coast. With all that said, I'm not the biggest fan of the can and not the biggest fan of the name. I really hate those two fonts personally.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the font.
That's
You're going to downgrade the beer for the
Yay,
logo?
no.
Okay.
But I'm just making note.
It wouldn't surprise me if he did.
If you're looking for a good West Coast that you have not had before and you want to get out of your wheelhouse a little bit, highly recommend. I'm going to go with a solid 4. Delicious West Coast. Absolutely. Good flavors going on.
I'd already typed in mine. I'm a 4 as well.
I'm going to go 425
Woo!
because I have been liking IPAs more this year. Especially, again, like, I've been digging into more of, like, the Voodoo, again, Colorado.
Sure.
Sorry, folks. I like my fucking Colorado.
They make beer, man. They do it right.
But that, when I lived in California, you couldn't have found anything that easy drinking. It was all super hard and in your fucking face, and you went.
Oh, absolutely.
I do kind of like the octopus going after the dude floating.
That is if you don't like IPAs, I think that's a great IPA. If you do like IPAs,
That's
it's
a good one.
just so smooth and easy to like. You're like, oh, it's gone. Oh, too bad. I get to get another
You
one.
brought a good point. If you are not an IPA fan, you want to try to be, start there.
It's a good
Great.
entry level Westie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 7.1. That
Yep.
doesn't hurt.
Matt, what about you? You're the IPA hater.
I think that is a good entry level IPA for ones that aren't, and everyone just keeps nagging you gotta try IPAs, or someone gives it for you.
Without having to be a hazy.
Yeah, not hazy.
Not a hazy
Yeah.
fan?
I don't mind a hazy.
I don't mind a good old juicy hazy every now and then.
I like juicy.
But what would you score it there, Matt?
Not quite search out for me. Something on the nose I didn't quite like, but 3.75.
3.75. Still a solid score.
It was easy. It was real easy.
Yeah, was smooth
it
drinking.
was almost
It did have
too
some
easy.
And again,
nice
for
flavors.
7%, like
Yeah,
these
yeah,
are
yeah.
some heavy hitting alcohol beers, but there's not that bite in there.
Yeah, not that punch you in the face.
For the complete opposite.
So speaking of heavy hitting ABV, I don't know what this one is, but our friends at Burns Family Artisan Ale in Denver, Colorado, just released a
You didn't even do that one.
a 3-year-old a barrel aged 3-year barrel aged beer that comes in at 20.73%.
Holy shit!
That's not barley wine?
No, they released the stout today for Wayne's birthday, the owner and head brewer.
Wayne getting drunk.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, there's a fair chance.
I've been drunk with Wayne. It's a good time. We're also excited.
Gotta move back, man.
We're also excited for our February trip to Denver because Burns has already told us. So Wayne used to actually brew and had award-winning beers up at this brewery in Michigan. Don't ask which one because I'm drawing a blank right now.
Yeah, I know.
But
I'm with you.
he did that for years before they moved out there and they opened their own place. Yada yada yada. Well, he has some beers that like from their early years coming into Burns. He still has some stuff that he's tucked back that's aged. He says really well from his Michigan days. He has some that are like 2 and 3 and 4 years old from the more recent Burns years. And he basically is like, so what we're going to do is we're going to pop a handful of those bottles open and do some samples. And I'm like, he goes, we're keeping those for when you, and I really, this was me. He's telling me that, or they were texting me about this and I'm just doing this. What? So I'm excited.
And you should be.
Tyler, don't get real drunk.
I got invited to go. And I was
did?
like, I don't.
Wow,
Yeah.
I didn't. So
Barton,
thanks for bringing that up, man.
hey, our trip to Colorado, you're more than welcome to join us. We haven't picked a weekend yet, but once we do, I'll tell you what it
This your
is.
favorite though. Right?
This beer here is
I'm not a fan of liquor beer. That's what I call it.
Oh, same. Yeah.
All right,
I'd rather drink brown liquor.
this
than a
is
Bud
not
Light.
barrel aged. This is 11 in the House of Sin, Imperial Stout with chocolate and banana. This beer in
this
this
is the banana
can
one.
is hyper fresh, yada yada yada, keep cold, which we did. It has never not been in the fridge. We do a really good job with our stouts. Not always everything else, but we do a really good job with our stouts.
Gotta have priorities.
I'm gonna have to look up the ABV on this.
The
So it's 11 in the House of Sin.
Brewed and canned by Tired
Kinda smells
Hands
like
Brewing.
Baker's chocolate. Like just
Again,
kinda
this
like
is
a
11
dry-
in the House of Sin.
Yeah, but there's like
Matt,
that
you looking it up?
sour, like again,
Trying.
that rind.
I mean, I can. It's
In the House.
Like
Oh, look at
That's just a long name
bananas
to
getting
type.
a little brown, like,
Yeah.
right before you're gonna make it
11
into
in the House of
banana
Sin.
bread.
What was the brewery?
It coats well.
Tired Hands.
Yeah, because it's like one step away from wine or fucking
How you?
liquor.
Yeah, man, that's.
Again, this is not barrel aged. This is chocolate banana.
What's the percentage on this?
He's looking
Actually,
it
I'm looking it up, and we can play the Guess the ABV game.
I'm excited for that. It's one of my favorite things we do.
What do I win?
You said
Bragging
earlier
rights.
You win bragging
he
rights.
has stuff that's like 23 plus, right?
Oh, this is not that brewery.
This
No,
is
I
not
know
those
that.
guys.
Oh, Burns? The highest Burns goes right now. They're the second highest ABV in the state of Colorado. The only brewery that's beat them is River North. I think their highest right now is 21 something at Burns.
You get
And
paid to
at
say
River
River
North
North?
is like 22.
I would have to say,
don't
like,
get paid to talk about Hop or Windmill or Brandon Holder at Tarnish, but we do a lot too. So
I would say, as much as I love River North, and they do have the highest, I think Burns has a broader selection of high options.
Of high options? What's
Yeah.
high options.
Like
Oh,
the,
high ABV.
Yeah, like
Beer
the
brings a lot
mid-teens plus.
sweet things, but what they did is they didn't make it overly sweet. It has kind of a little bit of a roasty to it as well.
You don't have to whisper. We're talking. We're on a beer
Yeah,
review
you
show.
said-
Well, I was trying not to talk over you.
I don't want people to know I like it.
This is stupid.
This is really fucking good. Yeah,
Oh,
this
that
is,
burnt. That burnt bitter.
yeah,
That
it's kind of like that baker's chocolate with
Yeah,
that,
with
like
the-
you said,
just
like that.
take a little bit of the sugar out, just have
Those ripening
cocoa.
bananas.
God, that's fucking good.
Yeah, that sour. There's a sour in there.
John would hate this
Yeah, you would.
The sour is
because
in there.
it's right.
He hates
because
banana.
that banana peel or banana, that
But there's
older banana, ripe,
little
real
bit of
ripe,
sweet
about
finish.
right before you're gonna put it into
Yeah.
a bread.
So it's more of a baker's chocolate or a dark chocolate, so you have a little bit of that
But there's
roasty.
still
Baker's
some
chocolate.
sweet
It-
there,
but there's
too.
still a little sweetness
Yeah.
to it. But it's nice because you don't get overly diabetes, and you don't get, it's not overly bitter either. It's a nice in
Did
between.
you just diabetes sound clip?
Yeah, he did.
I'll be darned.
Yeah, you want a little Wilford Brimley? I got you.
I love you, Will.
I hit my wife.
So this is
Oh, Jim Monroe's watching. He says I can win the ABV contest. He looked it up too.
for people
Cheater.
that are
And what I
watching and
love,
listening
too-
right now. You need to go find
Again,
this.
that bitter, that baker, like
This is awesome.
I know it's fucked up to like because I've done it as a kid. Like you throw just straight cocoa and you're like, oh,
Yeah, we've all
fuck
done it.
me,
It's fine.
and then sugar and butter and milk.
This is a good like flavor
this leaves
adventure.
a little bit of that chocolate
Oh,
bitter on your tongue
gulp.
on the very
Big
back
gulp.
end. Have you noticed
Yeah,
That big gulp
it's
was
a coat, but
Hey.
there's a sweetness down
that
there.
big gulp was fantastic, and you definitely get a little bit more of that sweetness. That was solid.
Oh,
People like
That
seriously,
big gulp was awesome.
off screen, Mike. You should post a link on where people can buy this stuff because
We don't know.
I think we got that one off
It's
of Tavor.
yeah, we got it off the
So
board.
they just kind of have those on there sporadically, and
I mean, if you guys haven't
the
figured out
glory of
what we're gonna
Tavor and the
fucking rate
downside.
this-
It's like
Holy
it's
Jesus.
there, and when it's gone, it's
well,
gone.
I've never had a chocolate banana anything before, as far as beer goes.
I've had a chocolate banana frozen at Hops and Coasters last
and
year,
they're
and it
delicious.
did not taste near as good as
Yeah,
this.
this is
No,
better.
he hated it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
it just tastes like ice with
the-
chocolate on it.
the-
Like a frozen
the-
banana has no flavor.
it's not the place to go to get your
Yeah,
chocolate
once it's
banana.
iced,
you
yeah,
want to do
you-
your chocolate banana at the Indiana State Fair.
Yes.
Far superior chocolate banana at the State Fair.
Yeah,
Okay.
because the ones Indiana Beach is selling is like 10 years old still.
Yeah, they
Well,
bought them
also,
off the State Fair
again-
when they couldn't sell them.
Once it's frozen, you're really reducing the flavor impact that it can have in your mouth.
Fantastic. Yeah,
We
but State Fair
prefer a
frozen
flavor
ones are good.
explosion in your mouth,
It's
Jared.
fucking good.
This is amazing.
Holy shit!
I am first to score this one.
Are we guessing the ABV?
Oh,
boys?
yeah, we gotta do the ABV guess. That's right.
the ABV. We don't have a jingle for that.
Oh, that's
we need some trap music.
We should work on that.
I'll send over some trap music.
I got the air horn, or I got
Play some jazz on the way here.
got.
Oh my god, it's so
Who was that? Snake?
It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
juicy.
no, let's play with
All right,
this way.
Who wants to guess first? Jared, why don't you go first on the
11.
ABV game?
Wow, you went.
Swinging.
You fucking turned it up.
11.
What about you? Closest without going over is how we play.
Price is Right rules.
And no
One.
$1. Yeah, no $1.
Man, 11? I don't know. Shit. I'm gonna go.
9.
You already said 11.
I'm gonna go 8-3.
So now he uses a fucking fraction.
You have to legally.
All right. Well, this also requires me to.
We're doing it. We're going over the top.
So last. Yeah.
So for me, I'm gonna have to go.
Matt, I love you, bro.
I just want to be included.
Fucking Matt did it too.
Damn.
This is good.
I'm having troubles
This is also
deciding
the
whether
last
the
half.
flavor hides the ABV,
I think it does.
or if
Or
it's a
does it
little
enhance it?
lower, or if it's lower.
So could I be
think
close?
it's hiding. I'm gonna actually bump over Jared with an 11.3.
But there's no. This is not barrel aged,
0.3.
right?
No.
No.
Yeah. So that's why I'm taking.
I would
mine
kind of
down
like
a
to
little
see it
bit.
barrel aged, though. Imagine what that would do.
I bet a barrel age would be damn good. I know you don't like barrel unless it's a brown liquor, but I bet it'd be good.
Well, then
I would like to see
No,
what
the
that would
only,
do to
bar-
me.
and
To me,
again,
it
like,
just
the only
adds-
barrels I really like are River. Like Kentucky does it all the time.
I get it, dude.
I didn't do it. Hey, I didn't do it. Hey, our two favorite breweries on the show.
Motherfucker, move the fuck back.
Hey, our two favorite breweries in the country are River North and Revolution out of Chicago.
The hell you say?
Fucking Jesus.
You don't like Revolution?
No, I know. I watch your show.
Hey, we rate them bad when they suck.
All right, you boys sitting down?
What'd you weigh in at?
So,
Well, he knows it. He can't.
I'm just going to read Jeb's comment. Tyler for the win. He also says that beer sounds good.
What was it?
You boys are still a bit under. It is
shit.
13 according to Untappd.
Oh!
It does not taste.
That's
that.
DUI
This
shelf.
is DUI
Hey,
shelf.
this is the definition of DUI shelf, because if you go by taste alone, and I went with the flavor hit it, was my guess. That's why I said what I said. I
Yeah.
thought the flavor hit it.
It doesn't even like show. It's just like a bunch of fucking
I
curls and
think
shit
at
on a
highest,
brain.
hey, I think at highest it drinks like an 8
Do
at
you not have
best.
to put ABV in the state of Pennsylvania?
It depends on, I think it's distro rules.
It's all based on
and
distro
state you're at.
style. I think. I think Tavor.
From Pennsylvania.
I think because Tavor does what, like the way they do things, I think you can do the local, your normal local, if you're not distroing out of state.
Sure, right. That makes sense for sure.
Because it's a third party vendor.
Wow.
Because it's a third party vendor, you know what I mean?
I want to rub it on my tits.
That's
Dude,
fucking stupid.
It was like
That was good, man.
It was
This-
like chocolate ice cream, where you just like you're still trying to
It's
get the
stupid
bottom.
fucking
Oh man,
good.
like I would put ice. I would
That'd be a
pull
good
a
beer
vanilla,
shake.
dump that over the top of
Hey,
that.
it'd
eat
be a
that all
great
day
beer
long, man.
shake.
Be
It'd be a
happy.
great
as
beer
shit.
shake.
Holy
That's good.
shit.
It'd be a great beer shake.
That would be a great beer shake.
I haven't had a good beer shake in a while. That'd be a good one.
That would be great.
That's one of the better beers I've had in a long time. Sorry for all my buddy brewers out there that might be watching. Good shit.
Fucking hell, that was on the money.
Brandon.
And it was perfect because John doesn't like banana,
It's almost
So
like,
we were able to
how
have
did
a
you do this?
which we got a score now. I am first. I am giving it a 5.
That banana though, man, it's
It's-
just there.
it's just there.
just there.
And again, I think it's
Here, I need that.
they're
'cause I gotta
like,
look up the name
what's
again.
that weird sour or ripeness that's in there? And they're like, banana, and they're like, that works.
Sure, but it's still there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like
It's banana. It's just not overpowering, and it's
Yeah.
not fake.
No,
No,
you
it's-
are
yeah.
right. Because fucking fake banana tastes.
Are you saying it's just
Yeah,
the tip
it's
of the nanner?
you just like throw fucking candied runts in there,
Alright,
like
fuck,
you're,
or
you're
the
gonna-
99
yeah,
shit.
you're gonna notice that
Oh.
shit right away.
All right, so
Go back to college.
so I scored it a 5. What are you scoring it?
Oh, 5.
5.
All right,
Yeah,
now I got a
that's
question for you. What would your guess be? This goes to all three of you now on what the average on Untapped is.
One tap's wrong, so probably like a 3 1/4.
No, get the fuck out of here.
I'm
for
betting
this.
Give me your hat.
Indiana on tap. Or not Indiana. I mean
No,
Untapped.
hey,
Untapped.
hey,
Sorry.
hey,
Oh,
hey.
Indiana
whoa,
on tap
whoa,
knows
whoa.
what they're doing.
I'm
Well, no.
I'm forced to have it of like saying like good things about you, so I just
How
kinda
many
flew out.
votes does it have on Untapped?
So I come more from
over
the board
2,000.
game industry.
Or no,
and
500. My bad. I read the
Okay.
other one.
there are a lot of people even in the board game industry. Like when you just throw a website out to reviews, anybody in their
Oh,
grandma can
Oh, yeah,
just
we
shit
know.
on it.
Remember, he
You know
works in
what?
the beer
What
industry,
was
and I
your-
used to.
What was your score?
Yeah, because there's
He
for
said
Indi-
3 something for
That-
Untapped.
that
For
yeah.
Untapped.
Not mine, but yeah, on tapped. I think.
What
that's
would you? What did you?
What would you score it personally?
Oh, I was rinsing the dishes and fearing for my life because the spider came back, and there's also a second one back there. But I overcame my fears and was debating. I was like trying to think of a reason not to give it a 5. Couldn't
So it's a
get one.
5,
Yeah.
and then your guess for the Untapped score was 3 point what?
I'll bump to 3 1/2.
All right. What's your guess?
3.7. Yeah.
solid 4.
Close. Well, since you bumped down to 3.7, the winner is Barton
I'm always the one.
at 4.15 is the actual average.
I was weighing. I was like, it's in
Obviously,
between
I
there.
just gave it a 5 on behalf of the Two
So
Beerded
now-
Guys.
No, I
now
gave
it
it a
has-
5. I was.
Oh, I know.
But yeah.
Now what has to happen though is
Ah,
you got to
it's-
get this ravel back together one time. Find another chocolate banana.
But again, there's
drink.
probably somebody
We've had
who
them.
likes IPAs, and somebody gave them that, and then they feel like they have to give a score, and they're like, well, fuck no.
My expectations on that were very low.
No,
Same.
well,
I mean, like, they were. I mean,
I picked as my
And
beer of the
knowing
night with a lot
already
of like
within
apprehension.
So-
but
I was gonna
whatever.
drink it because I'm an alcoholic and a gentleman, but I was not looking forward to enjoying it.
is it in that order, Bart?
So obviously, I had low expectations. It's the first beer we've ever had from this brewery on the show.
holy shit.
That
strong
is a
show.
damn good first beer on the
Change,
show.
that
Yeah.
changes things for sure. Yeah.
With the stuff that's in that are hard to do, because banana's hard
We've
to pull
had
off.
chocolate banana. We've had
chocolate
banana
before.
insert other ingredients.
Yeah.
I
But
thought you were gonna say orifice, but yeah, they've never been good. That one crushed it.
yeah,
pretty big word.
the best we've had are like
Crushed it.
mediocre when it came to like banana beers.
Orifice.
That
I
was
don't know if
awesome.
I've ever had a beer that had banana in it, unless Brandon
We
made
have.
something
And
back
again,
in the
the
day.
banana's
I mean,
real subtle.
But it's still there.
Super.
But it's
But
there.
it is there.
because if it didn't have
But
any
more
banana
of that
in it,
bitter-
I wouldn't have been able to get a
That
5,
I wouldn't have
fucking
given it a
weird-
5 at all.
I've never had a chocolate that was so bitter. And
but
that,
also sweet.
what?
I think
yes.
the banana sweetness was coming out. to
That's
balance it.
what fucked
Yeah.
me all up.
Yeah.
I've never, if it's, well, if it's usually barrel aged again, it's usually
There it
the
is.
molasses.
Found my bottle opener.
Molasses is sugar.
I have like 10 out
and
here,
it's-
so
You mean the one
with
that
the
says your
chocolate.
name on it?
no,
and
I
it's
don't
like
want that one.
real fucking sweet, and you're like, oh,
but the
God
sweet
damn.
was later.
but not this.
Yeah.
It was an adventure of flavor. Like you got different stuff after you drank. Like it was a progression of
Adventure
flavor.
That's the name of my new OnlyFans page. That's perfect. I love
or wait, or should that be a?
That's a good con. Yeah.
I had so much fun. By the way, Matt, you're ever
On his OnlyFans
you're ever
page?
gone? That's my favorite button. And I flip cameras like it's nobody's business.
Well, the next time you're on is filling in for Matt. So there
oh
you
god
go.
damn it!
I'm not sure that I have to skip one.
Oh, you don't have to
Yes!
skip anymore?
I thought I double checked and I was gonna be able to make them. I
Oh.
think
Never mind. You don't have to fill in for Matt.
I'd like to be.
you're still welcome to show up.
Well, you're always welcome.
I still need to send over some trap music though.
Yeah, you do.
And
Yeah,
Tim says Aaron Lewis. That's it.
So I hit him with the Aaron Lewis music before the show started because I can't play
It's been a
music.
while.
If I play it on the show,
Motherfucker,
we get
stop.
like demonetized and all that shit.
Yeah, they shut us down on some of the
2
channels.
weeks ago, we literally made that joke. That it's been a while joke because every time somebody says it, Matt usually goes, "It's been a while." We get in the car. My brother and I are in my car because he was on the
It's
show.
usually 30 seconds.
Matt fucking, he's in his car. All of a sudden, we get a text. Turn on to 103.3. And we switch to 103.3, and of course, it's the very first thing I hear is, "It's been a while." All right.
There was nothing wrong with having the name Aaron Lewis up until like the early 2000s when that happened, and that's why. Oh, Barton's a really weird name. Yeah, I had to change mine because people like the dude from Stained. No, like a guy that doesn't suck at music. Like I play guitar and all that shit. And hey, I like rock and
What's
roll.
your name again?
My name is Barton Lewis. I like rock and roll just as much as anybody. But that was just garbage. Like people like watch Office Space, the whole Michael Bolton thing. That shit's true. that happens, man. And sometimes like he didn't want to change his name because the other Michael Bolton sucked. I had no choice.
Dude, I love that you are.
Which
my
one's your
age.
favorite album? Oh, I just can't
Everything
pick.
you're just saying, I fucking know so well
that
right now.
song was on the radio, and then like you fucking go out to bars and you get carded and you show me right, dude. Aaron, are you that dude from Stain? Fuck no, dude. I'm not the fucking alley cat.
Do I look
If
bald?
I was a dude from Stain, I'd be at some douchey caramel bar. I mean, like, no. Like, fucking Christ.
I thought you'd say he'd be at some douchey
And then
LA
he switches
bar.
the country music because
did.
he thought that's
He
going to
did.
change things for him. And then he's like singing the national anthem at a Dodgers playoff game. He fucks
pretty
the
country.
lyrics up.
Oh, he did?
And then
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah, he
this
did.
is why I go by Barton. One, Barton's a cool family name, but that's it. Like and you see it on a marquee. You're driving down. You see the mirage. Hey, are you playing tonight? No, I'm not fucking playing tonight. I'm in the car with you. We're heading down to fucking Kuma's to get some burgers, man.
Yes,
Like, look at
Kuma's.
me.
I love how I didn't even have to play it on the show to get Barton wound up. Tim, good job. Thank you. That was fantastic.
I'm gonna cry later.
I'll cry with you, bro.
Hey, our next beer is Dr. Science Project and Mr. Hollows, aka Science Project Brewing and Tarnished Hollow, Melting Crematorium, Rocky Road Imperial Stout, made with real dead body. Wait, what? No.
What?
Man,
This is an Imperial
Brendan and I
pastry
had to
stout.
go to those dead bodies one day. It was a dark day.
Imperial pastry stout aged on chocolate soft serve mix, marshmallow, and natural almond extract.
Oh,
This
Jesus.
is a 12.2% beer. It is this year's 16.9 ounce bottle. Again, this is Science Project and Tarnish Hollow Brewing.
That's a lot of different flavors.
All the Rocky Road flavors are there though, except the marshmallow.
Marshmallow.
Until you swallow, then the
But
marshmallow's
it's
there.
sweet.
That's
Ah.
that's my boys, man. He knows what he's doing.
Okay, great.
It's well made. The flavors that are kind of supposed to be there
But
are
hey,
there.
is Brandon Holder watching?
Not tonight.
He's
I
not
don't
commenting if he is.
think. I forgot to tag him, to be honest.
Here, give me that.
Yeah, you got it, man.
Whenever we drink their beer on show, I usually try to remember to tag him, and I forgot. And that's why he's not watching. So,
By the way,
do
this
that
is my
now.
age, so I think I need bifocals. No shit. I went. All right, okay.
Oh, dude, I do that shit all the time. That's
At least you're not like John, take a picture of it so you can zoom in.
Oh, new iPhones have a thing on distance, and so I do this in bed, and he goes, "Oh, your fucking phone's too close." And I go, "No, it's not. I'm fucking blind."
I'm this old. I have an iPhone SE. Because I don't need that
Hey,
much.
well,
having
you
to do
did
with-
Product Red, so you supported fucking YouTube.
Yeah, exactly, man. Is that what it was?
Bono's gonna fucking love you.
Oh, I thought it was from fucking African kids that were sober.
Yeah. So did
I think we're saying the same thing here.
Tim Cook.
So this, I remember, like I said, I was talking to Martin before the show.
Why's it gotta be soft?
90%
serve,
sure
dude? So
This was at Anderson on Tap, the event that you guys hosted, and I had it there, and this is better than it was when I tried it on draft at Anderson.
So this crazy dude, like I serve beer for him
chocolate
at festivals,
marshmallow and almond.
and like people get up there and like he makes beer ice cream and beer sorbet. And then
Dude,
they
it was
just samples.
fantastic. Huh.
And then you put it in a little cone, man, and then you hand it to him. It's like, well, I wanted the beer. It's like, no, that's the beer ice cream. Yeah, that ice cream cone I just handed you.
No,
So
That's
this is
cream.
a thing for him.
Well, so a lot of breweries actually, there was a run of, during these
You
pastry
can put it
stouts,
back on that.
doing the pastry stouts, there was a run of using soft serve ice cream mix. So it's a powder technically, but
So it's
for
like
that,
a malt agent at that point.
yeah. And so that was something they used in a lot of these. But he actually, like at Hops and Coaster Drops, for instance, he had a mango IPA sorbet.
Now I taste that.
And he made he
Marshmallow's
took
there.
his like 8% mango IPA, made it into a sorbet that was then when you ate it was like 3.8%, I think he said. And it literally was, he turned beer into ice cream. This is using an ice cream dry mix in his beer.
I hate.
It's so good.
I love working events with them, but I hate it because you're making these itty bitty cones all day long. You're handing to people. But then he's always nice. You get a pint. You can, you put it in your fridge when you get home. And you just sit there and just fucking.
At Way Out Beer Fest, he actually also had alcoholic gummy bears he made.
What the fuck?
Yeah. The beer
We
he
can't get it in this state. I mean,
the beer he did this year
alcoholic.
Wrong. Sorry.
was he took he made a cream ale, just as basic cream ale, but then he added like the Mountain Dew syrup to it, and then he put that in a cup with crushed up fire Doritos as the rim, and that was the beer he had for that one. Then he had his cookie dough, which he filled with like some whipped cream and some sprinkles, and then his maple bacon, which was lined with Giordano chocolate, the beer, and then lined with a glaze of bacon.
Dude, I just want to go to his place.
I know.
As soon as it's open.
It's got to open.
Holy shit!
Here,
I've never heard.
We calling Holder?
We'll call him.
I've never heard anything like this. Let's ask him some questions.
We're gonna call him.
Well, let's
Oh yeah, that might help. Yeah.
Why are you calling me live on air?
Hi, Holder.
Hey man, so we want to know when your breweries open up.
Next few weeks.
Nice.
Oh shit!
So within the month of October.
You heard it here
Nice.
first, folks. In the month of October.
Happy fucking Halloween.
Dude, that's exciting. We were just explaining to Jared, who's filling in for John today, kind of the weird fun shit you tend to do. And
Do some fucking Dutch shit.
his
man.
reaction has been hilarious because I don't think he realized you could do any of the above. We're currently drinking your science project and collab. That is the Melting Crematorium Rocky Road Imperial. Impressed, dude. The flavors that are there, like supposed to be there, are there. The marshmallow's there without being overly bitter. A lot of marshmallow comes out burnt. This is a nice sweet.
Oh yeah.
This turns out really well. I don't like pastry stouts in any way, shape, or form, and this is one I'm truly enjoying.
The more I drank, the more I got of it.
Mostly because it's good without being diabetes.
Like a marshmallow, it stuck to me.
Excellent.
Real quick, I'm
And
gonna
what do you mean while I'm calling you live on the air? I can call you in the privacy of my own bathroom and you don't care?
Holder when you
I like talking to Barton when he's on the toilet. On air.
Holder when you guys made this.
Brandon knows who number 2 works for.
When you guys made this, what kind of what was the hardest part of doing it? What were the ingredients you used? We told what the flavors were, but give us something that was maybe if there was a sticking point in the process. What made this beer the way it is? Because it's damn good.
Probably for the amount of time that it sat on the chocolate ice cream. It sat on there for probably about a month and a half.
Damn.
Oh, jeez.
It was when I got a little bit sick in the late winter, and so we didn't get up there and get it kegged off and bottled and everything. So it sat on the chocolate soft serve and basically became part of the beer itself.
Holy shit.
So that's where you're getting that chocolate ice cream flavor from.
So did you use actual ice cream or the powder this time?
We used the soft serve powder. It was dairy free. It's like a dairy free, authentic cocoa kind of chocolate soft serve mix. And then probably on any beer coating I made in the past year, the marshmallow fluff is the tricky wicket, getting it into the fermenter and everything.
Yeah, how'd you do that, man? Because
it's basically Cody puts on a gigantic glove that looks like he's a proctologist. Stands on a ladder and tries not to sweat into the bright tank or the fermenter and scoops out a bunch of marshmallow fluff into the tank.
I want to record this happening like live.
This is like so hot and sexy, man. Like, this is... Man.
Barton's going to call you again later tonight from his bathroom.
Oh, good Lord. Hey, we don't want to keep you too long. I know you're with the family. We appreciate you answering the call and answering our questions, dude. Just so you know, this beer is utterly fantastic. Like I said, not a pastry stout fan, but it's not diabetes. Very good flavors.
Yeah, you're right.
What's on the bottle's in the bottle. You and Cody nailed it again, man.
Thank you, and I've got a special sixtel of it tucked away for when we open to the public. So,
Sneak peek, guys, something you can look forward to.
Either on Nitro or just on the normal draft.
Nitro, fucking yes!
This whole conversation
God
was
damn it.
X-rated, man. I love it.
I'm fairly certain Barton's hard right now. I mean, it's real small, so you
Do you
can't
like
tell,
Nitro?
but I'm sure he's hard.
Yeah,
love
the
Nitro.
glass is like sliding towards me like there's a tilt on the table.
Brandon, we're just proud of you, man. We can't wait for you to get your pub open up so we can come,
Lord knows we're all going to be there to party,
my
brother.
goodness, man. You're going to have to, throw us out.
I appreciate it, guys.
Love you, man. Have a good night.
Take care, bud.
See you guys. Have a good one.
That was Brandon Holder at Tarnish Hollow.
Opening sometime in October.
I know, it's going to be
That's so
glorious.
awesome.
This
Barton
beer will be
is
on tap.
Fucking badass, just throwing a dude in there.
Oh yeah, we chit chatted briefly. He's like, "Do you think it'd pick up on the mic?" And we're like, "I don't know. Let's test it."
Production value, man. Production value. That phone call was brought to you by T-Mobile.
But because he did a random sponsorship thing, just a reminder, thank you to Indiana on Tap for their partnership, not sponsorship, but partnership. It allows us to do
We
all
love
these.
you guys coming to events, man.
It allows us to do really
love
cool
coming to
shit.
Oh, man, for sure.
Thanks again to Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station, our drunken
shenanigans.
shenanigans. Sorry, John's not here. I thought I was going to
Yeah,
have to go through the
I was
whole
like,
thing.
just in case, I got you.
Shenanigans.
Thanks to
Everybody get your brews.
Water Performance Technologies, LLC.
Or Big Pete season.
Yeah, Jared. Pete. Pete paid for our camera, our mic. He's helped us out with a lot of that kind of thing.
You know what I'm not going to thank?
I've been trying to
Justin
fucking do the same
Fields.
goddamn thing.
Fuck you, Justin Fields.
So,
Thank
our
you.
other sponsor, Jared.
Yeah, thanks to Jared Shaw, his YouTube channel, for giving us some random stuff that cost us money if we would have had to buy for when we record live.
And thanks to River North Brewing Company.
For just being awesome.
Personal thanks to Katie. I think you're amazing.
Katie Schroep for the best
The
marketing girl
entire
in
state
beer.
of Colorado. Way to go. And for all of our listeners that are probably going to fly to space tomorrow,
Houston.
Keep it
me
classy.
too. Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, we got to thank Tim.
Yeah.
Tim was a great help.
I'll be back.
I don't know if we're gonna plug ourselves here or not. That's not bad.
Hey, I'm out.
Hear me out. Nope. Hear me out. I was saying, Tyler, your beard looks very nice, nice in shape today. Looks nice and glistening. Did you get some new beard oil that you're using, buddy?
So I'm using my beard oil that we talked about at the top.
Oh, yeah.
From our lovely
Plug
The
ourselves.
lady of Brownsburg.
yeah, from Hey Tootsie Boutique. Our three scents that we sell, or as John would say,
Flavors.
Oh, 3 cents.
Do not
are
ingest.
whiskey, tobacco, oatmeal stout, and Hey Sexy.
Because whiskey tobacco would be one flavor.
Yeah, that's why I said 3 different ones.
I know. It was like whiskey, tobacco.
Jesus.
It almost sounded
It's
like
whiskey
4.
and tobacco,
Yeah.
oatmeal stout, Hey Sexy.
What is oatmeal stout? Does it smell like what? Tatty Porter or something like that?
It's got like a nice sweet malty smell.
Okay.
It is.
Like if you actually spelled out oatmeal stout on your face.
Could you just
it
like
smells
wash your
that.
beard and have a beer? Wouldn't it smell that way when somebody give you a hug anyway?
So let me put it this way: an older gentleman put it on his beard. He never uses beard oil products. His wife was like, "You don't need this." He put some of the sample on his beard just to try it.
She walked up
leaned in
and
and
did.
went,
Ooh.
"Oh, and he immediately was like, "Oh shit, I might be getting lucky." It was like the look this old man had.
Hey.
It was perfect.
No.
It does once every 6 months because I have to do it.
Did you see the spiders? Did they attack you?
Anyway, so again, this is Melton Crematorium, Rocky Road. Barton, why don't you kick us off?
Man, okay. One, I love both of the gentlemen that made this. That's
it
4
biased?
points automatically. Not really, because Brandon.
Oh, you just said it.
No, it's. I don't like these beers. Like these aren't the beers I'm gonna go get and drink. I'm not getting that to enjoy. However, this tastes exactly like what it says. It tastes like Rocky Road ice cream in a beer, and I think the effort going into it, listening to Brandon explain, like, oh yeah, we just let it sit on the chocolate, it's soft serve for a while. I was like, oh, and then the whole watch
On accident.
I like the joke.
imagining
Like, well, fuck,
Cody like with this proctology glove and
And white shit all over.
exactly.
He jerked off a bowl.
My goodness, how does that not just add to the deliciousness of this?
Does that like Kingpin? I milked your cow this morning. We don't have a cow, but we have a bull.
I think I'm struck between two things that just happened. That chocolate banana beer, and then following up with that was a kind of a weird back to back, right? Like you have like almost dessert style going on.
Oh yeah, sure.
But the chocolate banana beer tastes like chocolate bananas. That tastes like Rocky Road ice cream. I give this a solid 5 for effort, and yeah, a little bit of biasness. I mean, I love these guys for sure. I hang out with them. Can't wait for them to open, but it is good. It is good, and it's at 12% is what you said it weighed in at.
12.2.
Now, if you can find another melting fermentorment Rocky Road beer on the market, I would love to try it and compare it. But as of now, this is the best one I've had.
Good ice cream beer on the show.
We've had a lot of beer.
That is the funny thing, because you say that we've actually had a Rocky Road beer on the show that was not even remotely at this level.
Okay,
yeah, no. I think I
like not even
been
close
here for that one. It was
like
a graham cracker, fucking whatever, Rocky Road bullshit. It was not good.
So I'm not quite. I am a 5. I'm still giving it a 5. It's funny. Give me my raise way back.
Thank you.
It's too dull to hurt you. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry.
I'm gonna give it a 5 as well. The thing for me is I don't like pastry stouts because of the sweetness normally.
Sure. Yeah.
This one.
It's kind of weird you say that because we both like super river or other people that might make.
He's starting to say it. Looked at Barton and changed.
Or like some of that other shit
From South Creek.
I just want to be a competitor.
Crick West.
River North.
I want to build one right
South
next to River
Creek.
North, and it's Crick South. Like,
So we here at Stream East Brewing Company. We have a lot going on.
Stream East.
and do the exact same beer and just one up the ABV and do like just
Oh fuck!
when they make a barrel age this, it's a you change it just a little bit, but it's the exact same fucking thing.
It's a cask.
There you go. Just throw it in a firkin, man. Just let it sit there and age.
I have to give it a 5. I'm not as biased as, even though they're especially Brandon's a buddy of ours who makes our shirts. We have no problems on this show.
I did not vote that into account.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know. But you could tell,
By the
like,
way,
it was hard for you. Even if you would have given it a little bit of a bias bump. I think you would have.
No, I wouldn't.
We've done a good job on the show in general.
I'm an
not
asshole.
doing that.
Why would I do
That
that?
is fair, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
But it's an earned 5. This is stupid good.
exactly. Like, I'm not going to go buy this by any means, but it was delicious. I'm glad I got to try it.
I don't like that style, and I might go buy one if I saw one.
I would probably just hopefully Brandon would give me one. But,
Anyway, what about you, Jared? Are we having back-to-backs?
I think maybe the fucking chocolate banana, even though it's left coast, and I love that you said left coast. Never heard left coast. I love the terminology for left coast.
Bananas from Pennsylvania.
But he did say left coast earlier.
That was when he was talking
West
about
Coast,
no,
Left Coast.
that was the left coast.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
left coast. So, man, that fucking Pennsylvania was really good, man. This is really good too. It's really hard. Do I give both a 5? Yeah. I've never done it.
This
So,
beer this time, don't compare it to the other one. It's
5.
a different beer.
5.
There you go. They fucking nailed that one. I'm stupid excited about it. Matt,
Yeah.
I forgot to ask No, I did ask you the chocolate banana.
You did.
What is this one in your book?
Not comparing. This one is really good. Something about it, for me personally, is just not quite the 5.
I hope Holder's
Yeah.
listening, so that way you don't get your shirt next time.
It's a. I got my
think
shirt
it is
already.
because this is why you call me online.
It's,
Like,
5.1.
475. Like it's right up there. It's just not
Holder,
quite my
just
5.
so you know, he scored it lower than all of us, so...
and he's
just
only knocking it by 0.25 because Cody had his cum hand up in it.
Yeah.
Hold on.
The proctology story really kind of took a dive.
Try to get that out of your head, man. Like, you can't even see that.
Just white,
Just white
goopy
covered
fucking
glove.
marshmallow.
He didn't say
Just going in, man.
Yeah, I can put this shit in here.
Hey,
It's fine.
a white covered elbow length glove.
But then imagine Cody doing like the sloth Rocky Road from Goonies, and you just can't even see it.
Just played that clip at work. My coworker, she was trying to do fucking lunch. I was like,
Rocky. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Wasn't that Baby Ruth?
Oh no, they were getting. He did Baby Ruth.
That was Baby Ruth
but they were getting Rocky Road out of
That's
the
when he was in
cooler.
front of the TV and he fucking broke the chains and he got him and.
You do not what?
I remember the Baby Ruth. I just forgot the Rocky Road. Sorry.
Yeah, that's when he was still in like the prison cell.
He failed you.
Hey,
I fucking nailed it. Though.
You know how long it's been since I've seen The Goonies?
Obviously a while.
It's been a while.
I'll take it.
He walked you into that one.
Getting cut.
That was fucking great. I'll still take your hat.
Oh yeah, you can have that. I just want a finger.
You want what? Where?
Huh?
You want a finger where?
Well, take it with me.
Oh!
On a keychain.
All right, hey, last but not least, guys, just so you know,
Don't cut your friends. By the
if
way.
you saw any of our products at the, hey, we have 2 things left.
Oh no, they don't. You can cut anybody you want.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
2 things left. If you saw any of our products online that you like, you can order them through us. DM like all you got to do is DM us on Facebook or Instagram. We'll tell you if we have your size. You Venmo us. Hey, shipping's free. Our next event that will be sold at is Michiana Festival of Beers. I'll be up there selling our fantastic shirts again. Thank you, Brandon. And then Circle City Full Fest hosted by Fulling Indie. We will be at as well. And then we're doing Circle City Irish Fest in Noblesville as well.
Yes! Can you explain a little bit about why it's special?
We'll do that later. It's in Noblesville. We got time. Or in November. We got time.
Does Noblesville can't count as a Circle City?
So, all right, Circle City Irish Fest.
What's the
Indianapolis.
All right, so Circle City Irish Fest.
Inside the 465 loop.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, Noblesville is not near it.
465.
Yeah. Well, it's more the downtown, but Noblesville is like outside of that.
So do you want me to answer your question or not?
No, it's probably just going to upset me.
At least he's honest.
All right, then I won't.
Stay tuned for more updates on Circle City Maybe Irish Fest.
But so there are
Maybe
3
Circle
events
City,
coming up
Irish
guaranteed. There's a couple more we're in the works about getting our names added to as well. We're pretty excited about all of them. Other than that, what is your beer of the night? Matt, you're first.
I've got to go with my 5, the chocolate banana. That thing fucks. Like, it nailed it.
Fucking family thing.
So
He
just
never invites me. We're not
shut the fuck up, Barton.
Goddamn.
So just a reminder.
That's so fucking sad.
So just a reminder, guys, when you're doing beer of the night, you two, it doesn't have to be your highest scored. It can be the one that surprised you the most. It can be your higher score.
I've done that.
What is your beer of the night, Jared? You're up.
Oh, was the chocolate banana from fucking Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I have to go with that one too. But reason being, my expectations going into that beer were bottom. Like, I'm thinking this is going to be sludge. When you poured it, it looked like sludge, but it was.
Yeah, it did.
It's like, oh great.
I immediately
That's what you said, too.
What on earth
like
did Danner put in my cup this time?
I don't recall.
But that brewery out of Pennsylvania is doing good things.
Oh,
And it was a
it looked like
higher
sludge, sorry.
ABV than we ever would.
So, I think it's one of the first 4 for 4s we've had in a while.
The weird
Choco
bitter.
Banana is absolutely mine.
man. Hey.
It was
so
a unanimous 4 for 4.
Officially,
5.
it is 11 in the House of Sin Imperial Stout with chocolate and banana. It is a 13% beer, and it is made by Tired Hands Brewing Company.
In Pennsylvania.
So fucking great.
If it's the first beer we've ever had from that brewery, they fucking knocked it out of the goddamn park.
It's like a small, like, ambered.
Like, where in the city?
Ardmore.
Well, Pennsylvania's a
Ardmore,
state.
Pennsylvania.
That's why I asked.
Yeah,
Where in the state?
Ardmore, Pennsylvania.
They're northern in the city.
But guys, thank you. I've had a blast on this show. Barton, thanks for being back on.
Dude, D, thank you so much.
We love you, brother.
Everything.
Again, this is
Jared,
I'm TBG.
thanks for filling in.
Well, I was getting to that part. I'm TBG_Ops guy.
I'm
Guest.
Barton Lewis, not related to Aaron Lewis with Indiana on Tap.
Thank you to our guest host, Mr.
Jared Shaw.
Check him out on YouTube. He has some great videos, and he's about to start doing it again.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped. He's actually getting ready to upgrade some equipment, do all sorts of fun shit.
Give you
yeah.
my old shit.
Yeah, it's a win-win for us. But thank you to Jared. And behind the camera, the one, the only, he's even rocking the backwards hat with the rest of us.
Woo! Off-screen Matt.
Later, guys. Check out Two Beerded Guys Drunken Movie Reviews wherever you can find your podcast.
And fuck you, Justin Fields.